Dope addicts are here.
Well, you know, as I do, when I come in, the opening number has always been decided usually. Mm-hmm. But I go through a list just seeing who we might have overlooked.
I hope you have no quibble today.
Well, look
there
at
should be no quibble.
Look at the size of this list, though.
No quarter.
I have 12 people on this list that you guys apparently didn't even consider.
Well, because once you see that name, you don't go any further.
Wait a minute.
Than that. I don't know.
It's Bill Cowsill's birthday today.
Bill Cowsill.
One of the
Cowsills, Gina.
Who are the Cowsills?
They were a
Singing family.
folk kind of.
They had what was their big hit? It was
Raisin in the Grass is a gas. Oh yeah, baby, can you dig it? Is that right?
No, I don't believe so. That was anyway. Joan Baez's birthday today.
Yes,
probably
not really an opening number.
No, we wouldn't.
Kind
have.
of.
Chris, don't it make my brown eyes blue? Crystal Gale.
it was talked about.
Was it really?
It was talked about, but not in serious
just
consideration.
quickly.
It was talked about as a possibility for a future Deadpool, is what it was.
But coming up, I do have a potty break song. I think. But it's Lance Hopkins' birthday today. Orleans, Gina, you're still the one.
Orleans.
That guy is a millionaire based on that song
We're
alone.
still having fun.
Yeah.
And you're still...
Phil Lewis's birthday, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Come on, Gina. L.A. Guns. You're an L.A. Guns baby, aren't you?
Yeah, but no.
It's Eric Erlandson's birthday. He plays in the band Hole.
Oh, well, we could do some holding.
Dave Matthews' birthday. It's somebody from Smash Mouth's birthday.
Nah.
It's a Backstreet Boys birthday.
No.
Now, this one I like just because I like saying his name. It's Vic Mizzy's birthday. He was the longtime orchestra leader for famed comedian Don Rickles.
Oh.
Anytime Don Rickles did stand up with his orchestra, I just bring it up because I like saying his name, Vic Mizzy. And this one, I've never heard of this guy. He was an American blues pianist, or pianist if you prefer. He went by the name of Dr. Hepcat.
Well, he sounds very cool.
Well, I looked him up just to say that sounds cool, Dr. Hepcat. He not only was a very well-known, well, not well-known, but he was an American blues pianist. He became the first black radio DJ in Texas.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, with a
that
name like
amazing?
Dr. Hepcat.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Perfect.
But
This was Bill Clinton's theme
right.
song for his
Re-election.
second.
that was, yeah. They're millionaires based on that song alone. And here's your potty break song.
Dance with me.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
They had other hits.
They had two.
Yeah. Is that the only other one?
It's the only ones that we have.
Yeah. Here's your
I
potty
can play the
break.
game with Orleans.
Well, it's easy because there's two.
Buster Poindexter's birthday.
Oh, now see, we could have done some New York Doll. That'll be our potty breaks.
Well, I like Hot, Hot, Hot. His hit.
How you
as
feeling?
Buster Poindexter.
Well, we'll play some New York Dolls. I've got some in my pad.
You know, we could go deep and play as David Johansen at the end of the song, the documentary New York Doll. He sings that Mormon hymn.
Mm-hmm.
That's really deep.
What is it? Something.
I want to say "Come, Come, Ye Saints," but I'm not sure.
No, it's something common man or praise for the common. No.
And the Grazing in the Grass was "Friends of Distinction."
Yeah.
Not the
I can't remember the Cowsills hits. They were a happy,
you can't
lovely group.
remember them, then we can't play them for us.
They did have a couple of big hits.
The Partridge Family was essentially based on the Cowsills. That was there because it was the family of and
Family band.
Yeah, but we played that song for the opening number because Carrie.
Oh, well, on stage, Jimmy Page. It's his birthday.
He's like 102.
Yeah.
70.
Something.
He's
70-something.
75? Is he that old?
Yeah, he's I'll look.
Let me look.
All right, I'm looking up the hits for the Cowsills.
I've
Yeah,
got.
he's 75.
Yeah. Oh, it's Dave Matthews' birthday too, but who cares?
Yeah,
It's J.K. Simmons' birthday.
Yeah, he had a lot of hits.
Miss Bryant, get me the world's smallest violin for Parker.
You guys really should be watching that show he does on whatever that TV network is. Counterpart, it's called.
What sort of show is Counterpart?
It's a sci-fi detective series, and he is incredibly good. He plays two J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is so good as J. Jonah Jameson. He is the definitive J. Jonah Jameson. So good that Marvel is having trouble bringing the character of J. Jonah Jameson into the new Spider-Man movies.
They shouldn't try.
And I don't know if
he's
they should
part
try.
of it. They have to.
or hire him.
Yeah, or hire J.K. Simmons. When you do that, though, that makes the other Spider-Man movies canon,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
All right.
He's in the Farmers Insurance ads, if you don't know.
Did you find the Cowsills hits?
Something to do with hair. I stopped looking.
Yeah.
Something to do with
I think they had a hit with the song "Hair."
Probably.
long, beautiful hair.
Yeah, from the musical. All right, let's officially begin the program, shall we? With your check-ins, if you've a mind to do that.
We have Sundance Film Festival tickets for check-ins today.
I'm going to enjoy some Mill Creek coffee. I have been right before we went on with this little rambling pre-show thing. and then I'll have some more while we're doing commercials here. But while we're doing commercials, you start getting ready to check in and considering this thing. 3 words or less, tell us prediction for the future. In 3 words or less, I want you to predict the future. What is your prediction for the future as you check into the Radio from Hell show, letting us know that you're out there and maybe that you want to win Sundance Film Festival tickets, but more just to let us know that you're there, you're ready for the show, and in 3 words or less, tell us what is your prediction for the future. The number to call is 877-602-9696.
I predict that you're going to go to Volkswagen Southtown. That's what I predict.
That was more than 3. You can't do that in 3 words or less.
No,
you've got a lot of words to tell us about.
I need to tell you about Volkswagen Southtown. Go to vwsouthtown.com.
Because they are cutting all the deals, apparently.
Yeah, so I think you should go there and ask them about this because this is one of those it sounds too good to be true things, but it says right here, buy one, get one at Volkswagen Southtown. They're giving you 2 for 1 on their most popular VW leases. So you lease an Atlas, that's like their SUV, and you get a Jetta. Lease a Tiguan and get a Jetta. Lease a Passat, get a Jetta. So you can go to their website. They've got more details about this there, vwsouthtown.com. But I say go in and talk to them. They're super nice people. Festus and I went down there the other day, and they're loaning us a Jetta to drive around for a while, and we're really enjoying that. But ask them about this buy one, get one. It sounds too good to be true, but I know the folks at Volkswagen Southtown, and I know they're honest and helpful, and they will tell you all about it. Volkswagen Southtown.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room or the world. I mean, come on. We get paid to goof off on the radio. Doesn't take a lot of brain cells to do that. Anyway, we do know one thing, and that's the fact that you've told us that you love nonstop music. So, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding every day at 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell, 1 p.m. in the middle of the workday, because you're boss, and at 4:30 for your drive home. X96.
Al. Spell it with me now. A-L, Al. And now we'll use it in some dialogue with our friends LeVar and Legrand. Today, the boys are out in the woods hunting with their California friend, Chip. A conversation ensues.
Hey, nice of you guys to bring me on the deer hunt. I've never had a chance to do this.
Never been hunting before, huh, Chip? Well, why am I not surprised? You'll notice that the rest of us, Chip, are wearing a highly visible flame orange attire. Now, while very colorful and attractive, your Hawaiian shirt ain't what I'd call appropriate.
It's kind of like hunting with Magnum P.I. You ever been in the great outdoors at all, Mr. Selleck?
I've been to the Grunion Run in Long Beach.
Well, we're not talking about sissy boys in their running shorts here, Chip. We're talking about hunting, fishing, manly sports.
Yeah, manly sports. Hunting, fishing.
I free climbed Half Dome at Yosemite last summer.
Oh, fine. You climbed up some rocks at some Bugs Bunny theme park or something. You ever bagged a 4-point? You ever bagged it and tagged it and gutted it in a blinding snowstorm?
With a real bad earache and a wooden leg?
You don't have a wooden leg.
Well, with a bad earache and while you're half drunk.
LeVar, have you been drinking? I've told you I do not approve of drinking, and certainly not drinking while we're on the hunt.
Of course you know why he's upset, don't you, Chip? It's the old story, why you should always take more than one of the elders like Legrand here hunting with you. 'Cause if you only take one, he'll drink all your beer.
Real funny, LeVar.
I don't get it.
Well, Chip, you see...
What's that?
What?
That?
Oh, Al.
That can't be Al. Al's back at camp.
Sure, it ain't the camp owl. I'll bet it's a different owl.
What? How could there be another owl? Especially way out here in the woods.
Well, the camp owl was probably a born owl. Oh, now, this one sounds like a horned owl.
And now I know that joke about all you Utahns have horns. Al has horns.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. These fetching Californians seem to have their own language, you know?
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, let us begin.
Yes, we will officially begin the program now, and then we'll get to your check-ins at 877-602-9696, wherein you will tell us in 3 words or less your prediction for the future. But we officially begin the show.
Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com. Woo!
The moon will be full on January 20th. At 10:15 or so in the evening. But right now, it is a waxing crescent, only 10.6% of its silvery beauty showing. It will rise today at 10:11 a.m., today being Wednesday. It's the 9th day of January in the year of our Lord 2019, and this is North America's most esteemed radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Hepcats of morning radio.
There you go.
Kerry Jackson,
Damn
Bill
right.
Allred, and Gina Barberi. The executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation to me because, well, I say that because it's, for his protection. I don't want people, the stain of the Bill Allred life, rubbing off on him. He produces video for the show, and you can see it at x96.com/live. You can see the videos that he produces on the Radio from Hell Facebook page and on the Radio from Hell Twitter and all of those usual places. Also, we have...
By the way, we have a new after show video you can see, which is 2 minutes after the show. It'll be available on all those platforms
Immediately,
too.
I think. Immediately after. Is it? Do people see it live and then
No,
it's
no.
It's not live.
No.
It's posted immediately after the show. All right, and then we have various new interns. Some hulking giant of a man wandering around, and some lovely women wandering around, helping to produce the show as well. So, I don't know any of them.
Check-ins are brought to you by the Sundance Institute. Don't miss the film festival happening January 24th through February 3rd. Screenings and events in Salt Lake City and Park City. Film screenings and tickets are available at sundance.org. We're, of course, doing our part this year, doing our show from Park City for a couple of days, and we have a squatters brunch we're going to tell you a little bit more about, and we're giving some tickets away to some films to a random checker inner.
Okay, so let's go.
Let's begin.
3 words or less. And this is...
Laureen.
Hi, Laureen.
Hello.
3 words or less, Laureen. Your prediction for the future.
We're all screwed.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Well, we are
Eventually.
We are all going to die. But do you believe that
Yeah.
we're screwed, Laureen? Do you think that's true?
Well, I was going between love will prevail and we're all screwed. And
Why
I
didn't
think
you-
right now I'm going to go with we're all screwed.
You should have gone positive, Lorene.
Again, Gina telling people how to live their lives. I think if you feel at the moment that we're all screwed, Laureen, just go with that. Although you do sound like a more positive person than that.
You do.
Really. Yeah.
I
Thanks.
typically am.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to our show, and thanks for checking in.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Bye.
let's go to Kenna.
Hey. Hi, Kenna.
Kenna.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi. Do you have a prediction for the future in 3 words or less, Kenna?
Well, I was going to say environmental panic, but I feel like that was kind of implied in the last one. So I'll say asleep at work.
Sleep
Oh.
at work. That's
Planning a nap at work. I like that.
yeah.
Well, not planning, but I'm kind of expecting it.
It'll just happen.
You don't work with heavy machinery, do you?
No.
Okay,
no,
good.
It's like an office.
All right, that's
Oh,
what
well, you'll be
you can
fine.
fall asleep.
You
there.
have the kind of job you can just sort of doze through the day, kind of like Gina does.
What?
You see? There you go. All right, thanks,
right.
Kenna.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's go to Chase.
Hello.
Hi, Chase.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So I have 2 answers, the basic general future and personal future.
Okay.
All
Which
right.
one do you want to hear first?
Whichever you prefer.
General future, colonization on Mars.
Okay.
Okay.
Personal future, abs and girlfriend.
In your future,
Abs.
'cause you have to have the abs before you get the girlfriend,
And
though.
girlfriend.
That will follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chase, I think we should give Chase some tickets too.
Do you want to go to the Sundance Film Festival, Chase?
I'd love to.
You can take that future girlfriend of yours.
to Mars?
Chase, get your abs to Mars.
Yay, that's my sign off today.
Yeah, and remember to say Chase. Get your abs tomorrow, Gina. Hang on, Chase, there.
Amanda is here.
Hello, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
Well, thank you. You have a prediction, 3 words or less for the future?
Bleak for the middle class. I guess that's a little more than 3.
Bleak or bleeding?
Bleak.
Bleak.
You could just say bleak middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Bleak middle class.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Things. I predict. I'm not a positive person in general. I think what we're experiencing here, and I've said this before, is a rather rough, but it is a bump in the road.
That's what my husband keeps telling me.
We are.
And talks me down every night.
We are on our way to a better time.
I sure hope so.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Amanda.
you, Amanda. Let's go to Jason.
Jason.
Pain, darkness, and suffering.
Jason,
Pain,
now come on.
Darkness, suffering. You really feel that, Jason?
I do, unfortunately.
I'm sorry. Is it already happening in your life, or are you doing okay?
Oh, no, I'm doing great.
Oh,
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about other people.
Yeah, that's all of you people out there. You're the ones I'm worried about.
That's the way I feel about it. Hey, I don't have any kids to worry about.
I'm sitting on a mound of skulls watching the rest of you.
It's all yours.
Drinking blood from the human skulls, yeah.
Yep. All right, thanks, Jake. Let's see. Elizabeth Warren.
As president?
It just says Elizabeth Warren in
She's
this
the
text.
future?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carrie the coordinator. Lots of booze.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler the trash man. No flying cars.
We're never going to have the flying cars?
There have been a bunch of memes and stories about flying cars lately.
Mm.
People are really going after developing them.
Lyle says, it gets better.
That's nice.
And teacher Emily says the future holds Bill yells at Gina. There you go.
Well, that's not much of a prediction, is it?
It's an accurate one.
Let's see if we have some accurate traffic for you this morning. We've got a crash State Street, 59th South in Salt Lake. That's the only accident being reported so far this morning. You can report one if you see one. You'll feel important, and you'll be helping people. 33986.
You want to be able to see the future clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Get to Hope's Vision.
Oh, you'll see down the road plenty clear.
Mm-hmm. Without glasses or contact lenses. Right. If you want to spend more time outdoors and spend quality time outdoors, it's much better without glasses or contact lenses.
You remember all the swapping that we used to have to do?
Yeah.
We had prescription glasses, and then we had prescription sunglasses.
I used to wear them on, the chums.
And we'd be swapping.
Switch them back and forth.
And then you switched to contact lenses, and that presented a whole new set of problems.
Yeah. Don't do that. Do what we did and go to Hoops Vision Correction. The fine surgeons at Hoops, they're world-class people. They hire only the best. And Dr. Philip Hoops Sr., he was one of the very first. I mean, he was one of the pioneers in laser eye surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So call them, 877-30-LASIK, and schedule your free VIP consultation today. Ask about their 24-month zero-interest policy and their See Clearly guarantee. Call 877-30-LASIK, L-A-S-I-K, or go to hoopsvision.com.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96.
I've neglected my fatherly duties all day today. I try to help with the homework. Now, my lovely wife here does it most of the time.
Mhm.
I try to do 2 days a week.
Thursday's your day.
And Thursday's usually my
And here
day.
you are at work.
And here it is Thursday. Now, part of what we have to do for reading, for homework, is read for 20 minutes. So you guys all ready for 20 minutes of, of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
We could do 5 minutes. How about that?
He's on chapter 4.
He's on chapter 4?
But he was concerned that maybe we should start at chapter 1 so that everybody would...
I'd be lost if you started in the middle.
Oh, come on. We all know. Augustus Gloop, man. We all know.
We haven't gotten to Augustus Gloop yet.
Oh, where have you gotten
So what are we
to?
going to do? We're going to start with chapter 1?
Well, we'll start with chapter 4.
Start with chapter 4. Don't worry about us. We'll catch up.
We'll catch up.
If we have any questions, we'll stop Dad. And
Okay.
All right.
Gina might need a little bit of explanation.
Yeah,
I could probably do that, right?
I've never read it.
Gina's kind of slow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Go ahead, little Bill. It's so hard to call him that because that's
Why?
really-
That's his name.
Yeah. Go ahead. Start. You can start right now. Go ahead.
Okay.
The next evening, Grandpa Joe went on with his story. You see, Charlie, he said, not so very long ago, there used to be thousands of people working in Mr. Willy Wonka's factory.
Mhm.
And one day, all of a sudden, Mr. Wonka had to ask every single one of them to leave, to go home and to never come back.
Wow.
But why? Asked Charlie. Because of spies.
Because of outsourcing.
Spies.
Oh.
Spies.
Spies? Yes, all the other chocolate makers, you see, had been grown jealous of the wonderful candies that Mr. Wonka was making.
Mhm.
They started sending spies in to steal the secret recipes. Bastards.
You editorialize?
Swearing!
Oh, God.
No swearing, Dad.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
People want to hear you read, I think.
What?
They want to hear you read.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bill, when Festus and I read, he reads a little, and then I read a little.
yeah.
And
All right. You want me to read a little bit of
Go
this?
ahead, read a little bit, sure.
Then something astonishing happened. One day, early in the morning, thin columns of white smoke were seen to be coming out of the tops of the tall chimneys of the factory. People in the town stopped and stared. "What's going on?" they cried. "Someone's lit the furnaces. Mr. Wonka must be opening up again." They ran to the gates, expecting to see them open wide. It was a request, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
People wanted to hear Bill read.
I don't know.
Oh, it's homework.
Oh, it's
all
homework.
right.
We
well,
better
okay.
get back to
we
that.
better
Okay,
get to it.
all right.
Get back to reading.
All right.
Get back to the sweatshop. Get sewing those shoes.
We'll get back to reading.
What?
Carrie needs some new Nikes. You kids get to work.
And Gina on X96.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at my phone earlier, but Daddy Tom checked in with 3 words prediction for the future.
Okay.
He said, of course, Utah by 5.
He didn't close with "trust me" because
Well,
that
that's
would be 5.
three
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
It's-
All right.
I wonder why he would say that.
I don't know.
Utah by 5.
I don't know.
The state of Utah by 5 what?
Votes.
Over other states? I don't get it.
You know what it is.
I'm just thinking many other people might not.
All right. Let's see. We got things that must go coming up. But first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Protect your identity and earn high interest with a power-protected checking account from Security Service Federal Credit Union. For details, visit ssfcu.org/powerprotected. Membership eligibility required. Interest refers to dividends. Some restrictions apply.
An explosive Lifetime documentary series covering distressing allegations against R. Kelly allegations that have been around for years and years and years and years. Yes, even when he sang here at the Olympics, the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake, way before then even, reportedly prompted a criminal investigation in Georgia. Finally. Although he was investigated before, and some charges against him were dropped, or he was acquitted. Prosecutors in Chicago are urging any victims to come forward. Investigators from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office in Atlanta have tried to touch base with some of the women featured in the 6-part series. Kelly, who's faced numerous accusations of sexual misconduct, which he has denied, is accused of manipulating women and controlling their lives. A spokesman for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office has declined to comment. A rep for Kelly also has had no comment. Authorities involved have contacted Asante McGee, a former girlfriend of Kelly, who has spoken out many times about the alleged abuse that she endured. They've also been in touch with a lawyer, represented the family of Jocelyn Savage, a woman living with the I Believe I Can Fly singer. Savage's parents have accused Kelly of brainwashing their daughter, while Savage has denied her family's claims. Many women have spoken out against him. Nothing has proved conclusive.
He should have been in jail a long time ago.
Probably. This is an interesting story, I thought. Now, you probably will know this actor if you see him. His name is Neil McDonough.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
He is Dum Dum Dugan in the Captain America movie, the first one.
He's got kind of a creepy look, like he's got like really light-colored eyes.
He can play a real creepy guy sometimes. He was in Justified. He played a real bad guy in a run on Justified.
He just did a run on Arrow and those WB superhero movies as Damien Dark.
He was in Band of Brothers, and he was not a bad guy. He was a good guy. He was really good in that. He was in Desperate Housewives.
He was in a Star Trek movie too.
Yeah, that's him with his wife. If you go to x96.com/live, her name is, I don't know, it's RUVE. Is it Ruve? I don't know. Ruve McDonough. He says he's lost lots of money as an actor over the years because he will not kiss any actress on screen.
Why are you an actor?
He's a good actor. I mean, he's very good. I will not kiss any other woman on screen because these lips are meant for one woman, the Catholic. He's very Catholic as well. He told Closer Weekly. McDonough admitted that his no-lip service stance has lost him work in the past, including an estimated $1 million gig on the set of Scoundrels in 2010. At the time, the father of 5 refused to participate in any sex scenes or sexy scenes with actress Virginia Madsen.
I can see not saying I don't do sex scenes.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
kissing?
He says, I was surprised. It was a horrible situation for me. After that, I couldn't get a job because everybody thought I was a religious zealot. I am very religious. I put God and family first and me second. That's what I live by. It was hard for a few years, but I was not going to lose the fight, and it worked. My career has been phenomenal. And
I mean, I kissed Richie for this show.
It's true.
Yeah, for money.
Apparently, you're not
for charity.
You're not as good a Catholic as
I
Neil
know.
McDonough.
Well, Donald Trump went on the TV last night, and I ran to the TV and sat down to watch it, hoping that I would see him start frothing at the mouth.
No, it wasn't as train wrecky as I had hoped.
Nope.
But
greatest hits.
He made no new announcements and broke no new ground in his primetime televised address. He repeated his demand for $5.7 billion in border wall money to end the nearly 3-week partial shutdown of the federal government, offering the deal as the only solution to a major national security crisis. He put the onus on congressional lawmakers to craft such a plan to reopen more than a half dozen federal agencies that have remained partly shuttered since before Christmas. But here's how good he is. He led the networks, the 3 major networks, Fox, CNN carried it. I assume MSNBC carried it as well.
Yes, they did.
They all carried it. This is how. So he's led people to believe that maybe he was going to do something drastic, was going to,
Call it
declare a national emergency or
National
call for
crisis,
troops to be sent in, something.
Everybody thought he was going to do
But
that.
then he was tightly controlled, told a bunch of lies for 12 or 17 minutes, and then out. He got these networks to do this so that he could repeat his lies and use it as a fundraising tool.
Yeah.
Because his campaign fundraisers immediately went on the offensive and started calling people. Did you see the president on TV?
Sure.
Did you see? We need you to step up. We need you donors to step up more than ever. Did you see the president on TV? You see how dire the situation is. Don't please, television networks, radio networks, never fall for that again. Never fall for it again.
It was also a wonderful distraction from some developments in the Russia case as well.
Yeah, I thought
big stuff happened.
We'll talk about that coming up here if we can.
Everybody was watching the wall thing, but then the real stuff was going down over here.
Right after that, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer gave a response to President Trump's border wall speech, and that was just about as bad.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, it might have been worse. They looked like your parents chastising you for coming in late from a date, standing in the hallway in front of a bunch of American flags, and if you look very closely, you can see a big wire coming out of Nancy Pelosi's coat, running down the front of her. It was
not good.
It was not good.
All of it was not good.
But President, let me go on to Mueller, Robert Mueller.
Okay.
So attorneys for former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort accidentally revealed in a court filing Tuesday that the special counsel team led by Robert Mueller has alleged that their client lied about sharing political or polling data with a Russian operative.
Here's how our guy's looking. That sounds like collusion to me.
Manafort's lawyers, in a poorly redacted court filing, responding to the special counsel's claim that Manafort broke his September 2018 plea agreement by lying to investigators, accidentally revealed that Mueller's team alleged that Manafort lied about sharing polling data with this Russian agent related to the 2016 presidential campaign. The agent, who worked closely with Manafort, is believed to have close ties to Russian intelligence. His name is Kiliminik. He was named alongside Manafort as a superseding indictment in June in connection with alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice. So they said that he shared polling. This is absolutely collusion. Absolutely.
And specifically in these two states is where you need to focus.
No, there was no collusion.
No collusion.
Not that I know of.
No.
Not that I know of. The failed redactions by Manafort's lawyers revealed that the Mueller team, alleging that Manafort met with Kiliminik when they were both in Madrid, Spain, and that they discussed a Ukrainian peace plan. Manafort's lawyers said that he might not have initially recalled those discussions because issues and communications related to Ukrainian politics simply were not in the forefront of Mr. Manafort's mind during the period.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
Also, Volnitskaya, is that her name?
Oh,
she was the Russian lawyer in the
No,
Don
they're talking
Jr.
about adoptions.
The Don Jr. Trump tower
They
meeting.
just were talking about
yeah,
adoptions.
she was brought down yesterday too.
She's in Russia. She'll never be.
She won't, but she was indicted, and that means hello, Don Jr.
It was made very clear that she's not just some low functioning lawyer, Russian lawyer. She has direct ties to Vladimir Putin and Russian intelligence.
Yep.
Now I was sad to see this. I went down to Wayne County recently, down to Torrey, and you pass through the little town of Loa. Kerry's very familiar with that area. He has relatives in Loa for many years. I don't know if any of them are still down there.
Yeah.
And as we drove down there, I hadn't been down in that area for a while, and I thought, I hope we see a deputy do nothing.
Oh, the dummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deputy dummy. Well, there's a job opening at Wayne County Sheriff's Office where being a dummy is an advantage. So for years and years and years, they had a patrol car parked outside of the town, and there was it was a sheriff's car, and there was a dummy sitting there.
So people slow down.
And people would slow down thinking that there was a law officer there. And as you go by, you'd look in there and you go, wait a minute.
Oh, they got
Wait
me.
a minute. Law enforcement officers in Wayne County are looking for a new mannequin to place in the police cruiser at the sheriff's office. The old mannequin, who actually had a name, Deputy Parker Bogus Doolittle. He was originally procured by the former sheriff Kurt Taylor.
There he is.
He's x96.com/live. People were afraid he'd been stolen. Well, he'd served on the force for 16 years, and he just decided to retire.
With honors, I hope.
With honors.
With some decorations,
Yeah.
I hope.
He'd gotten kind of moth-eaten and dusty, and
he looks like my relatives that live down there.
So anyway, they're looking for a new dummy to put in a patrol car, and they'll continue the practice of placing a dummy in a patrol car.
All right.
That's it.
Sports weather traffic.
Larry H. Miller, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Sandy. Save thousands on remaining 2018 inventory and shop your deals online at lhmdeals.com. The Jazz are home tonight. Orlando Magic. That game will be at 7 p.m. Weather, it's warm. It's actually pretty warm out there right now. We're going to have a high in the low 40s today. Traffic, there's only one incident to tell you about, but it's a bad one. Dispatch is confirming one person transported to the hospital after being hit by a car in Murray near 59th South and State Street. Don't see anything via our text stream from friends of the program, but if you want to report something, just send it in to us, 33986.
All right.
Things that must go brought to you by Protect your identity and earn high interest with a power-protected checking account from Security Service Federal Credit Union. For details, go to ssfcu.org/powerprotected. Membership eligibility required. Interest refers to dividends. Some restrictions apply.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are just bugging you so much you can't stand them anymore, and you think, well, maybe if I send it to Radio from Hell and they read it on the radio, maybe, just maybe, it'll make me feel better, and maybe even these things will leave my life. So please send your things that must go to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and also make sure if you don't want us to mention your name on the air, if you want to be anonymous, put that right at the beginning of your email to us, okay? All right, so I'll go first. This one doesn't see. It says, best of mornings to you. Here's my one and only must go this week. And it's a doozy. Gird your girders. Get ready for it.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what that means.
All right.
People out there that wear steel-toed boots for work or any kind of rough and tough type of boots feel my pain. The agony of having your toenails too long for your boots must go.
Well, you can cut them.
The sheer pressure and force of it digging into the little steel nub of my boot all day, unable to do anything about it until I get home. It's torture. My toenail feels like it's slowly being lifted off as I walk around on the asphalt and snowy banks of this tundra-like state. It must go. Please, make it go, please.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the pain, of course, not the toenail. Oh, gosh, let me keep the toenail.
Well, I'm sorry, but...
Thanks for allowing me to bring this horrible sensation to the attention of the must-go gods. May the rest of your week be spent with short toenails and comfortable footwear. Kind regards, Lady Raccoon. This one says, I recently just moved home to Utah from California. Upon hearing the news, most of my neighbors and ward members approached me, and many of them said, is this a good move or is this a bad move?
Did you have to move back here or did you want to move back?
What the hell is a bad move? Every move, in my opinion, is a bad move. If you get pleasure out of physically moving your house to a new state, you're just insane.
Yes.
It's never good. Also, the app TikTok needs to go. A physical representation of the worst that America has to offer. I don't want to see you in your furry costume dancing to a Betty Boop theme song. Thanks for letting me listen, Jacob.
How is TikTok different from the entire internet? I don't understand.
I don't know what that app is, but now my curiosity is.
I don't want to know.
And then finally, this one, my things that must, it says, hello.
Hello.
My things that must go are Monique singing bad Wicked and Frozen karaoke songs. So bad that it forced other party guests to get sloppy, drunk, and argumentative.
Damn it, Monique!
Would you quit it? Sergio giving me a black Hugo Boss belt for Christmas.
Oh, come on, Sergio.
Ordinarily, I would say thank you, but he's a douchebag knowing full well that I am a Linkin Park fan.
Hold it.
He thought it would be funny because it's the same kind of belt that Chester Bennington
boo, really?
used to.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks for letting me listen, Tony. Right. Gina?
I have a leftover Christmas thing that must go.
Oh?
You know the song Noel? Noel, Noel.
I know the song. That's not it, though.
Noel.
Yes.
You know the line? They look it up and saw a star. Look it? They look it up?
That's in the song?
Yeah.
That's a lyric?
Yeah, they look it up.
You don't have to say it that way.
Yeah, you do.
I think you should you should fix it to they done.
No, it doesn't have the right.
It should be they done looked up.
Yeah, that would be better than
They
look it up.
done looked up. There you go.
Hate that.
Nobody does the second verse of that song anyway. Come on.
I go to a lot of kid Christmas
What
programs.
kind of carolers do you have?
Hi, lords and lady. Thanks for letting me listen. Feel free to use my name. All right, Bo. I work for a company that assists in the living of adults with mental and physical handicaps. Every day we go out and do different activities, so they have outlets and ways of having fun and creating new experiences. My thing that must go is those people that use other people's handicap stickers to get a better parking spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
We experienced a guy being questioned by a police officer saying, "Why do you have that sticker?" And the man responded, "Oh, that belongs to my brother who passed away a few months ago."
Huh.
If you don't need it, please don't use it. It makes our job so much more difficult. Sincerely, Bo.
All right.
This from Mackenzie. People being rude to customer service reps. We're here to help you. I can't control the pricing of items. Your package being delayed due to weather or not knowing you meant to order something else other than what's on your purchase order. I'm not your babysitter. Don't be rude. Thanks for letting me listen. Love the show. Also go to Brighton Dental because of you guys. Mackenzie. And this from Brooke. Adult temper tantrums must go. Just because you don't get what you want, when you want, or how you want, doesn't mean you get to have a fit. Pull up your big boy or big girl panties and deal with it.
I do too. I get to throw a tantrum.
Somebody send that to Orange 45 if you would, please. This first one, things that must go from myself and my wife. We don't like getting telemarketer calls.
No.
And when they come over, it's just a number, and you have to guess.
Yes.
Well, we've been getting spammed a lot because we've been waiting for phone calls from service people, you know, the garage door guy, my doctor, things like that.
Yeah. So you kind of have to answer.
And so you have to answer them. Yeah. So if there was a way that businesses, you know, like my doctor or the garage door guy, could put their name on there somehow. I don't know how this technology would work or how that would go.
That would be helpful.
But that would be helpful, and then I wouldn't be getting as many telemarketers because I answered telemarketers. We don't want that. This one from Jennifer. My must go is about the show on Tuesday, January 8th. During the news break in Boehner's in round one, Bill did a story about plague cats in Wyoming. And Carrie played the cat fight track for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That track and all cat fight tracks must go. I have two cats whom I love dearly, but being cats, they're jerks. They both go on instant attack mode whenever they hear a cat fight. Hackles up and tails fluff so full I could use them as Swiffer replacements, and the teeth bared ready to rip into each other, whether or not it's on the radio in a movie or outside a back door where the damn bobtailed tabby likes to lurk.
So what is it she doesn't want to hear?
Sounds of cats fighting. They've attacked each other a few times, and twice I got caught up in the mayhem between the two extremely pissed off felines and walked away with physical and emotional scars. I have anxiety attacks now whenever I hear the cat fight sound. And although I've managed to get control of my panic when I'm not around my own beautiful fur babies, I still go into full-blown panic mode when I'm at home, and all three of us hear that sound. Make it go away. Thank you, Jennifer. Then this one for Matt, the term fur baby. To refer to your pet must go.
Don't care for that either.
Matt, friend of the program since KJQ days for 2019. Also, people who walk two abreast with carts in the aisles of Costco.
Ooh.
I could do an entire people of Costco list, but this is my number one. Matt, I would like to see that list. Saying myself, thinking it's a more official way of saying me when you're in a conversation. Another thing that must go, thoughts and prayers. That basket of paper towels next to the restroom sink filled with the drippings of all the hand washings that came before.
Yeah.
People are so weird about this stuff.
Also must go the media referring to Donald Trump's lies as claims without evidence. People use the term ironic to mean coincidental. Elevator small talk must go. I have many more things to go. If you could get some of these to leave, I would consider 2019 a success, although 2016 has taught me to keep my expectations low. Thank you, Matt.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
It's an auto pedestrian accident, State Street and 59th South. The person's been taken to the hospital. I haven't seen any updates on their condition. That's the only incident, though. If you want to send us one, a couple people saying 45th South 9th East. Thank you for sending those in and for not texting and driving. 33986. Ben Folds with the Utah Symphony performing all of his greatest hits April 9th at Abravanel Hall. Tickets go on sale January 10th at utahsymphony.org.
Brooklinen.com, you know what I don't like is, when my toenails are too long and I'm...
Catch them on the sheets?
Catch them on my Brooklinen sheets, although it's hard because they're buttery smooth. It's hard to catch them. But you spend a third of your life in the sheets. So you really should get something nice to sleep in. Great feeling. 5-star hotel sheets. If you've ever slept in 5-star hotel sheets, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, this is your chance to give it a try. Brooklinen named winner of the best online bedding category by Good Housekeeping. They have 30,000 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company. 500,000 happy sleepers and counting, including myself. I love my Brooklinen sheets, and you're going to love them. 5-star hotel quality sheets without breaking the bank. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've slept on, and now it's time for your chance to give them a try. Brooklinen.com with an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You'll get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson, my last name, at brooklinen.com. They are so confident in their product that all their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. But the only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson, my last name, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com with the promo code Jackson. These really are the best sheets ever.
X96 is a proud partner of Sundance Institute. Don't miss the 2019 Sundance Film Festival happening January 24th through February 3rd with...
Call this poem, I Hate X96. I can ride the wildest bronco in the wild and woolly west. I can take him, I can break him, let him do his level best. I can handle any cattle, ever wore a coat of hair. Hell, I've even had to tussle with a mean old grizzly bear. But there's one thing I can't handle. It nearly makes me sick. I gotta listen to that god-awful music just to hear my poems on X96. It's nice of Carrie and Bill to play my poems on the radio, but God, that music they put on about makes my lunch chunks blow. Who are these violent femmes? Their songs just make me sick. And then there's that Morrissey, a whining limey prick. When that 9-inch nails feller sings closer, it makes me feel mighty mean. And them two cute boys from Eraser are the biggest sissies I've ever seen. Give me country music from Bocephus, from Merle, and from Willie. I don't want no caterwauling from The Cure, or bands with names that are downright silly, like Hoodoo Gurus, Gene Loves Jezebel, Weezer, and Ween, and MC 900-foot Jesus. Jesus, what the hell does that mean? I wish I could do my cowboy poems on a station with good old boys what plays country tunes, instead of that X96 with its long-haired, earring-wearing, sissified, sushi-eating, devil-worshipping goons. There is one good thing about X96. Heed my words if you wanna. At least them immoral bastards don't play them skank hooer songs by Madonna. I'm Conway Skinner.
For that,
I'm pretty disappointed.
Why?
Well, I saw there was a man here yesterday. There was a man making repairs. We have this gigantic ice machine out here, and it's been broken for weeks. And there was a man here yesterday, and I said to Carrie, you'll never believe it. They're fixing the ice machine.
Very exciting.
And I didn't believe him. until I went out and saw that there was, in fact, a man fixing the ice machine.
An ice machine man working on it,
Mhm.
but it's. I guess he was not able to fix it or something.
He seemed frustrated as he was working on it. Yeah.
There's a sign on it that says a post-it note that says, "This is not working." So I don't know what phase it's in, or I don't. Maybe he'll never come back, and we will never have the ice machine back. It was sort of an overkill ice machine.
I quite enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, I like having it, but it's a
A
gigantic
professional ice
yeah,
machine?
it's a gigantic ice machine,
Like a hotel ice machine.
Yeah, and all we'd ever do is like occasionally put a few bits of ice in to keep our
We just
water
need
cold.
as much as you have like in
Yeah.
your refrigerator, just
So-
that
Yeah,
size.
we don't need. Well, but then we're supplying ice to a lot of people. I can see why they did it.
Yeah.
You know.
But now I know this is hard for people to believe, but I make mistakes occasionally on the radio. And I made a few mistakes here yesterday and the day before that I need to correct. First of all, I said this. I was talking about the movie Bumblebee, and I said it hit all the right tropes. I said the word trope, and it's not trope, it's trope.
I thought you said trope.
No, I said trope. And
Somebody was listening very closely.
Well, it's my wife.
Oh,
she'll put me right back on. Yeah. So the word is trope. It hits all. I said it.
I thought you said.
I didn't notice that.
I thought you said trope, just not with a real hard P.
No, I think I said trope.
Because a hard P is important when you.
Well, it is. Yeah, it is very important, especially first thing in the morning.
Yes.
And that's when we were talking about it. And then she also corrected me. I was talking about the mother, the actress who played the mother in that movie.
Yes.
Pamela
Adlon.
And I think I said Adlon.
There's no A.
There's no additional A in there.
Adlon.
Her name is Adlon. You're killing me, Bill. You're killing me.
Killing
she said.
me?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I needed to correct that.
Is she Pamela Adlon's publicist?
Yes.
Apparently.
Pamela Adlon is her name.
Okay.
Now,
I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it is important. I mean, she said, I said, well, why didn't you text me or let me know? And she said, well, I didn't. I said, no, please do it. I like to be correct. I like to be precise. So, as regards our Deadpool,
Yes.
I have a correction to make.
On the Deadpool?
Yes. And I don't know why somebody didn't catch this. I guess I only read 9 entries yesterday. And we are supposed to have 10.
Well, no, then you added Bill Cosby at the end.
Yeah,
right?
you took one off.
I didn't do it until after the show.
No, we talked about it on the air.
No, I said I wish I had added Bill Cosby, but we didn't talk about it on the air.
I thought we did.
I said, oh crap. I said, I wish I had room for Bill Cosby, and everybody said, oh, yeah, that would be a good choice.
Well, as you were listing names, I wasn't counting.
Yeah, and neither was I. But as I went to my desk to put my list down for Frank Christ, I realized that I had written the name Terry Garr twice.
Oh, you did?
You really want Terry to go?
So I guess.
Oh, she's a treasure.
She's on my list twice, and I don't know how that happened.
So
because and one name I have her listed as 74 years old, and the other one I have her listed as 70 years old. So I don't know what happened there.
Somewhere.
So I don't think I said her name twice yesterday.
I don't know.
So who would you like to add?
So you want to put Cosby?
Well, I put Cosby.
You put Cosby.
I did.
Okay, good.
When I sent my list to Frank Christ, I put Cosby. So my list is Gary Glitter, The Queen, Rip Torn, Tom Jones, Terry Garr, Regis Philbin, Jerry Lee Lewis. People kept saying Jerry Lewis is dead.
Not Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry
Great
Lee
Balls of Fire.
Lewis, Val Kilmer, David Allen Coe, and Bill Cosby.
All right.
Okay. And then finally, another correction I need to make. One more.
All of this yesterday?
And the day before. This is a two and a half days of the Radio from Hell show, and I've made just egregious errors. I went through the entire show yesterday with my zipper down.
Wow.
It was.
You were on camera?
Well,
The
the shots are from the chest up, so
Yeah,
it's
now
and I only see him from like his mouth up.
Yeah.
XYZ, Bill.
Fortunately, I usually check. Now, maybe it wasn't. No, it must have been the entire show because I didn't have
potty?
time. I did not have time. And when I went to the bathroom after the show, I went, "Oh my God!"
And you didn't go during.
Somebody in the
show.
producer's booth said we thought about telling you, but wanted to.
Oh,
see
so they
how long."
knew?
Tell.
They knew and didn't say anything?
No, that is rude to
oh,
not
come on. That's an
tell.
instant message. That's a private instant message, and no one gets embarrassed. Don't
Now,
you think?
It was mostly obscured because I had a fairly long shirt tail
Mm-hmm.
hanging out. But the entire show,
Oh.
my zipper was down.
Do you have boxers on?
Yes. I apologize. I'm embarrassed for it. It's a huge mistake to make on the radio, to be half clothed and not know it. I mean, something could have gone seriously wrong.
Could have.
And I apologize. So I'm just correcting those errors, and I hope that I promise that I'll try to do better in the future.
But if I make mistakes, just let me know.
So people should not be afraid to correct.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Attaboy, Bill.
No, I'm full. I am not. I'm not. I just correct me. I don't mind it.
Oh, Bill, it looks like you got caught with your pants not only down, but off.
Yeah,
Well.
That has happened.
Caught with your pants off?
That has happened.
Bill.
I can't go into the details about how that's happened.
I'm curious.
But it
That's
involves.
right, Bill. You've got a dead hooker on your hands. Again.
Again. But I also had to jump up so fast I hit my head on the ceiling, so that was.
The Emmy Award-winning Bill.
Thank you.
Let's get back to showing Bill that life is happy.
Bill's a lying, cheating, drug addict piece of garbage, and we all hope he dies.
Wow. That's a little harsh. That's
Fortunately, Bill has come prepared.
I mean, the druggy piece of garbage, that's all. That's
You
all.
know, I collect these and I keep
I
adding them up,
know.
and I
you need to break them out every
forget
once in
to
a
use
while.
them. Here we go.
Once again, it looks like Bill has thought this through.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, feel
Hi,
free.
Ralph. Hi, Ralph. Hi, Ralph.
Hi.
Ralph.
Hi.
I answer to that too.
Does anybody call you that these days?
Occasionally.
I was just so excited.
Doctors and bill collectors call me Ralph.
Crash northbound Washington Boulevard at 11th South in Ogden. And people are saying, and I am hearing, that the Roy Gate of Hill is terrible. Not knowing why people are having a hard time getting on base today, but a couple friends of the program telling us that via text at 33986. If you're in an accident, the first thing you should do is contact the advocates. Remember, they don't get paid until you do. Go to UtahAdvocates.com for more information. You deserve an advocate.
Boehner's round one coming up. Here are the candidates. Boehner candidate number one. Well, this sort of thing is extremely rare. Boehner candidate number two. I tried running away, man. And Boehner candidate number three. Doorbell liquor.
All right, Boehner's round one coming up after these messages, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Diamonds Direct is changing everything.
Stop in there and say to Ginger and to Lou, wow, you guys are changing everything at Diamonds Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And they're friends of the program there.
Diamonds Direct, I mean, whatever the occasion, Diamonds Direct is the place to go to buy a gift for someone.
And by changing everything, I mean how you buy diamonds in Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause all the other diamond sellers are reacting to Diamonds Direct.
They have a even bigger selection now after Christmas. They've replenished the inventory, all shapes, sizes, real, rare, precious diamonds straight from the world's best diamond cutters. And all of this, plus their guaranteed best prices, the strongest warranties, and free lifetime warranty on any purchase. The most relaxed shopping experience at Diamonds Direct, and people who care about making you happy and feel good about your purchase. Diamonds Direct. It's an extraordinary, special place. We're lucky to have them here in Salt Lake. 6400 South, right across the street from the Fashion Place Mall. Say hi to Ginger and Lou and all the gang at Diamonds Direct.
X96 is a proud partner of Sundance Institute. Don't miss the 2019 Sundance Film Festival happening January 24th through February.
It's one of the most hotly debated public lands issues of the past several decades. The reintroduction of the gray wolf into Yellowstone National Park. Now, a similar controversy is brewing in Utah's state capital. Tonight on PBS, Frontline looks at the movement to reintroduce penguins into Salt Lake City. As recently as 40 years ago, Magellanic penguins roamed free in the tree-lined neighborhoods of Salt Lake's Avenues district. The flightless birds had few natural enemies, and their huge flocks were a common sight. But unrestricted hunting, family pets turned predator, and encroaching civilization all took their toll on these funny, waddling creatures, and they eventually became extinct in Salt Lake City. Join Frontline correspondents as they talk to the old-timers who still remember what it was like when penguins walked the Avs.
Well, what I remember most was the mess. Now, there were some that thought the penguins was cute. That is until they lived up here and had to clean up all the poop.
Oh, I do miss 'em. I remember when I was just a little shaver. You'd fall asleep to the sounds of 'em making that weird call they do. It was kind of scary. And kind of romantic, too, when you think about it.
Frontline will talk to the people who want to bring the penguins back to Salt Lake and to those who oppose it.
The penguins were here as a natural part of the environment. The delicate ecosystem of the Avenues district and of Capitol Hill, for that matter, will remain out of balance until the penguins are brought back.
Well, most of us in law enforcement in Salt Lake are against reintroducing the penguin into the city. I mean, we've got our hands full already, what with the gangs and such. Besides, a pack of them little bastards killed my grandfather's brother years ago. You know, they say that penguins are shy and won't approach humans, but I know different.
Will the penguins return to Salt Lake City? It's an in-depth look at the entire issue, tonight on Frontline.
$96.96 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:20 right now. It is time for round one of your Boehner voting. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your votes of these three candidates here in round one, which one deserves to not only win this round, but get a chance to become Boner of the Day. See if it wins here. It's not Boner of the Day yet. Has to defeat the winner of round two's voting. Yes, we do this again at 8:20 with three more candidates. So we'll take the winner of each round, put them both into Boner fight at 9:20. That's when you decide Boner of the Day. So don't just treat this flippantly. This is a tremendous responsibility that you have. All right? So 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to go see our friends at Gracie's.
Boner candidate number 1 is, well, this sort of thing is extremely rare. I would hope. Dramatic footage was captured, and I hope we have it at x96.com/live, has captured the moment an overhead freeway sign in Australia toppled over and crushed a car, injuring the woman driving it. Dashcam video obtained by the local news shows the 16 by 13 foot metal sign collapsing on Melbourne's Tullamarine Highway. The 53-year-old driver is in stable condition, recovering in the hospital, but it's one of those
my hell.
One of those big signs over the top of the freeway, green and white, like we have here essentially.
And it just fell.
And it just falls off and crushes her car. She's going to be okay eventually. Authorities have described the collapse of the sign as, quote, extremely rare.
Yes.
And saying we'll have a detailed and thorough investigation. The sign and the support structure attached to the gantry has come down, so it somehow failed where the connection is to the overhead. It's like somebody didn't bolt it on.
It looks like movie footage from some Armageddon-y kind of...
Yeah.
And it was just so last second. Suddenly the whole thing, it's like a barn door in front of her. Just, oh.
Yeah, and somebody screwed up.
There was no way to avoid
or
that.
Or didn't screw it up enough.
Yeah, somebody put that up there and then didn't tighten it down. Boner candidate number 1. Well, this sort of thing is extremely rare. Here's Boner candidate number 2. I tried running away, man. This is in... where is this? Chicago area. Police have arrested a Michigan City man over the weekend on 3 misdemeanors related to drunken driving after he rolled his car and then told police, I tried running away, but I couldn't because I was too drunk.
Oh, I'd like to run away.
Police were called on Friday evening to the area. The report of a rollover crash. Police said they found a car in the woods and Mr. Kyler Payne, 22 years old, lying on the ground near the train tracks just north of the woods where the car was located. He was bleeding from his head and face, but was relatively coherent and speaking. Payne told police that he had about 14 drinks, and after that I crashed my car. I could kick out the windshield, and I got out, and I was trying to run away, but man, I was just too drunk.
I'd really like to.
I was driving about 100 miles an hour, and I didn't realize the intersection was so close. His blood alcohol content was 0.197%. Boner candidate number 2. I tried running away, man. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3, doorbell liquor.
Oh, this is the weirdest, grossest thing.
All right, Boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by...
Since 2010, Utah's added 4 new households for every 3 new housing units. There are more households than available housing units, and prices are skyrocketing. Visit UtahHousingGap.com to join the conversation and be part of the solution.
I don't know if this will hurt or help his presidential aspirations.
Whose?
Cory Booker.
What'd he do?
Yeah, old Rosaria Dawson.
Oh, it'll help.
They're kind of moving pretty fast.
That's all I needed to hear.
On Sunday, the
First Lady Rosario?
Post Richard Johnson reported that the New Jersey senator and the movie star had been spotted together, went to a movie together.
What? Really? She's dating Eric Andre.
No.
Oh.
Now, Page 6 is told that Rosaria Dawson was heard saying, or more specifically singing, "I love you" to Cory Booker. Spies at the Saturday performance of the Broadway hit Dear Evan Hansen say they were left in no doubt that Booker and Dawson, who brought Dawson's daughter and Booker's niece to see the show, are a couple. And after meeting the cast post-show, Ms. Dawson, who was walking across the empty stage on her way to the exit, began fooling around and singing a made-up song to Cory Booker that went, "I love you, te amo, I love you, te amo." They were so cute together.
Well, that's his good news.
I approve this relationship.
Well,
because Rosario Dawson is wonderful.
She's gorgeous.
In everything she does.
Yeah, she had been linked, it says here, to comedian Eric Andre, but they broke up in late 2017.
Oh, well,
Jerry.
then she's due for a love.
She could do better than Eric Andre, and Cory Booker is right up there.
He's never been married.
That's true.
But linked to Chandra Gibson, the executive director of the Council of Urban Professionals, Gail King.
Really?
Isn't he a little young for Gail?
Depends on who you ask.
I was going to say, why don't
Gina.
you let Gail decide?
Yeah, that's Gail's decision and Cory's decision. Well, this is big news today. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein is expected to leave his position.
Really?
Soon after William Barr is confirmed as Attorney General. That's according to a person familiar with the plans who wasn't authorized to discuss them publicly, but thought, well, I'll tell the Associated Press anyway on condition of anonymity. Barr has a confirmation hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee next week and could be confirmed within the next couple of weeks. Rosenstein has been overseeing the day-to-day operations of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. Once confirmed, Mr. Barr would assume oversight of that probe. The person familiar with the plans said there was no specific date for Rosenstein's departure. It is common for attorneys general and other cabinet secretaries to have their own deputies. A new Politico morning consult poll conducted as the partial government shutdown reached its third week reveals the scope of Donald Trump's challenge. A minority of voters agree with Trump's description of a crisis of illegal immigration at the southern border. There is only tepid support for the wall that he wants to build there, and voters are opposed to shutting down the government to extract the funds for the wall's construction.
These poor people that aren't getting paid and expected to work, and they're saying, okay, so do I go out and find another job for 3 weeks and then no, that's not. Am I going to get kicked out of my apartment because I can't pay the rent?
Mortgage payments.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly half of voters, 47%, say Trump is mostly to blame for the shutdown.
Yep.
The poll shows while another 5% point the finger at congressional Republicans, but just a third, 33%, blame Democrats in Congress. Now, if you look at Democrats versus Republicans, however, that shifts dramatically.
Yes.
Republicans majority of Republicans still support building a border wall. And our congressional delegation, Curtis and Bishop, and who else is in there? Except for Ben McAdams, they are all very supportive of. We've got to build that wall. Stewart.
That great brain trust you're talking about there, they still support it.
The rumor mill is humming along as issues involving President Trump's attorney Rudy Giuliani and Trump's son Donald Trump Jr. have bubbled to the surface. Vanity Fair's Gabriel Sherman, a frequent quoter of anonymous sources close to Trump world, wrote that Giuliani recently told a friend that he expects Robert Mueller's final report on the Russian investigation to be horrific.
Well, that makes me happy.
Excellent.
Giuliani apparently did not respond to a request for comment. The remark on the Mueller investigation was relayed by a person said to have been briefed on Giuliani's conversation. That person spoke on condition of anonymity. It's not the first time that Mr. Sherman has reported on doom and gloom purportedly being intensely felt behind closed doors. In June, when it was said that Trump feared Michael Cohen as much as he did Robert Mueller, again, unnamed friends claimed that Trump allies were just as worried about Cohen as they were about the Mueller investigation. So I don't know, how true is that? And I think that Rudy Giuliani is just worried that as soon as the investigation closes, he's not going to have anything to do.
Listen, they'll have me on Fox News.
This is so creepy, Carrie.
Somebody took his speech last night, removed all the words, and cut together just his breathing.
This is Donald Trump.
Yeah. And the reason they did this is because, of course, there's the rumor that he likes to grind up Adderall before he has to read off of a cue card. Cue cards make him nervous, and so he takes and grinds up an Adderall and snorts it.
Yeah, it works really well.
Yeah,
I've heard that
that's
too.
the rumor.
That's what you do before the show every morning,
What?
right?
And so they say that if you watch him speak from a teleprompter, he sniffs more than ordinarily. So in that 8-minute speech, there's a whole minute and 10 seconds of just...
Oh, it's creepy.
Here we go.
Thank you and good night.
There you go.
So this is, I'll do this story for you, Gina.
Okay.
Here for you. You'll like this. A suspected cannibal vampire is
Yes,
on the run.
yes.
After he was accused of drinking his dying mother's blood.
Dying mother.
And then butchering her with an axe.
Wow, it has everything.
Dilip Yadov is said to have hacked her body into bits before tossing them on a fire at their home in Korba, India, in what locals believe may have been a sacrifice ritual. Dilip, Mr. Yadav, attacked 50-year-old Sumalaria after branding her a witch and blaming her for wrecking his marriage.
Well, if she's a witch.
And for causing the early deaths of his dad and brother. Sumalaria's neighbor, Samarian Yadav, witnessed the bloodbath and described how she cowered in fear for her life as she watched the gruesome onslaught. A distraught Samarian told cops, "I was shivering in terror and pressed myself against a wall as this beastly act was going on." She said she crept close to their house and heard strange noises. And she froze in horror as she watched Dilip bludgeoning his mother on the neck and head with a hatchet.
Wow.
And then he started licking the blood oozing from the wounds. Yeah, you love it, don't you?
Kind of.
Yeah. And then he took her body inside the home and chopped it into small pieces and threw it on the fire.
Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Throw another mom on the fire.
They did find ashes and charred bones at the House of Horrors, along with splatters of blood and chunks of flesh, so they think that there may be something to the story.
Maybe there's something here.
Yes. They believe that Dilip did kill his mother as a human sacrifice after finding black magic and tantra books. Police officer Japrakash Bandai said colleagues were stunned when Chamarians turned up at their station to report cannibalism.
I want to report cannibalism.
Really? It's been months since we've had a cannibalism report. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
So air not so great today. Will be warmer, 42 for a high. Traffic, we had another auto pedestrian accident or auto biker accident. Scene has been cleared though. 800 North University Avenue in Provo. Biker was hit by a car there and is expected to be okay. There was another earlier auto pedestrian accident, State Street 59th South. That area has been cleared up now. And hearing from some people at Hill Air Force Base, not sure what's going on at the Roy Gate, but traffic is terrible. Hillfield, Westgate, and Clearfield also backed up. What's happening, Hill? Text us if you know, 33986. Ben Folds with the Utah Symphony performing all his greatest hits April 9th at Abravanel Hall. Tickets go on sale January 10th at utahsymphony.org.
All right, here's Boehner candidate number 3, doorbell licker. Now, it says here police are trying to track down a man, but they did find him. They've got this guy now.
Yeah, because he's right on camera.
Yeah. I thought I'd seen it all, but this really takes the cake, said neighbor Francisco Javier.
Oh, my hell.
Surveillance cameras caught Roberto Daniel Arroyo in the act.
It's so icky.
At the home of the Dugans. They were not at home at the time, but their children were inside the house sleeping. Police said newly installed surveillance system helped them investigate the case. We were pleasantly surprised the image was so clear.
Yeah, I mean,
who it is.
Clearly,
it didn't take us long to identify who it was, said the police sergeant or the police spokesperson in Salinas, California. The security cameras also caught Mr. Arroyo moving an extension cord to the front yard, taking a leak in the front yard, and then stealing some Christmas lights. He spent
so weird.
3 hours standing there,
I can't look at it.
licking their doorbell, and most of the time staring into the camera.
Into the Ring camera.
The Ring camera at the same time.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Why the doorbell and not the doorknob?
Everybody has their own unique kink, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it because of the taste? And why? And he kept making eye contact with the camera, too.
You like that, huh?
That's the weird.
Is that working for you? Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3, the doorbell licker.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. This sort of thing is extremely rare. A highway sign over a big freeway, one of those big green and white lettered signs, just falling off unexpectedly onto a car and crushing it. Oh, really? It's extremely rare? Well, I would hope so. Boner candidate number 2, I tried running away, man. It's a guy who rolled his car, traveling 100 miles an hour, rolled it, and managed to get out of the car, but he told the cops, I tried to run away, but man, I was just too drunk. And boner candidate number 3, doorbell licker.
All right, as soon as we award your boner of the day, don't forget.
Hello, yeah, what?
We'll commence right away. So keep that in mind. Be ready once we award the boner. It is time now to pick your champion for round 1. 1, 2, or 3. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, it's not boner of the day yet. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. So, your champion of round 1, pick it. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number. That's all we need is that number in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Call 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting January 9 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. It's round 1.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we join our elders as they are about to encounter the Borg for the 2nd time.
Man, these Borg ships sure are sparsely decorated and poorly lit.
Well, I sure hope we get to spend more time with the Borg this time. I mean, last time we didn't even get to the first discussion.
I am 5 of 7. I am here to show you the way.
Hey, that's why we're here too.
Hello, Mr. 5 of 7. We met your cousin 3 of 7 last time. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know.
The Mormons. Yes, your exploits are known throughout the collective.
Hey, Lehigh, we're famous, huh?
All Borg are one. Whatever one experiences becomes available to all.
Well, that would speed up fast and testimony meetings. Say, where are you taking us?
To her chambers. She is expecting you.
I don't like the sound of that.
Welcome, elders. I have been anticipating your arrival.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Lehigh, and he's Butch.
Hi.
I have wonderful plans for you boys. Together we will rule over the perfect Borg galaxy.
Well, I hope this can wait until after our mission is over.
Ma'am, Who exactly are you, and why do you have plans for us?
I am the Borg.
Well, I thought they were the Borg.
They are, and I am. And once we assimilate you two, you will be Borg as well.
Oh, I get it. He's a Borg, she's a Borg. Everywhere a Borg, old MacDonald had a Borg.
Knock it off, Butch. We better come up with a plan quick or we're going to be assimilated.
Okay, Ms. Borg, tell you what. I'll give you my new fender flares and the luggage rack off of Lehi's bike, and we'll just be on our way.
You will look cute in black rubber suits, and I have picked out some special prosthetic parts for each of you. Soon you will be my lieutenants, my consorts, my special friends. Together we will assimilate the Federation, then the Romulans, then the Cardassians, and then whoever else we can find. And we will have fun doing it. Hook them to the assimilator.
Hey, come on, let us go!
Nothing like the assimilation of new young men to make one forget about how Locutus left me without saying goodbye.
Something is wrong. The assimilation process has failed. They have already been assimilated by a stronger force than the Borg.
Quick, shut down the machinery. The feedback could contaminate the collective. What have you done to my beloved collective?
Well, once you hooked us up to that gizmo over there, all of our experiences were spread throughout the entire Borg race.
Lehi and I were able to bear our testimonies to more than 7 billion beings at one time.
It was kind of like General Conference, except without the crying babies and the old people going to sleep.
Yeah.
We not only got to give the first discussion to the Borg, but to pretty much teach the whole gospel to all of them at once. Could it be? Have the Borg finally met their match? Could Butch and Lehi be immune to the assimilation process? Tune in next time to hear the Borg say...
I am Elder 5 of 7, and this is my companion 4 of 9. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You know, the Mormons.
No! You've turned the most feared race in the galaxy into a bunch of jello-loving, suburban-driving moral goody-goodies.
Well, you think that people were afraid of you before. Wait until you start approaching planets now. Man, I'd hate to play ward ball against these guys.
I think our work here is done. Hey, can we count all 7 billion as converts?
Well, technically we didn't baptize them. We'll have to check with Zone Leader Hansen just to be sure.
What about me? I was queen. I was the most powerful being in the galaxy, ruler of an entire race of warriors. What am I supposed to do now?
Well, I guess you are now the most powerful Relief Society president in the galaxy. Congratulations. Gotta go.
Bye-bye, sister.
On the next artificial limb-attaching episode of Space Elders!
Is over, so now is the time to line up for...
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. If you'd like to speak to us, please call 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
About anything you want to talk about.
Anything you want to talk about. Doesn't matter. All right, time to award round 1 of your boners.
And round 1 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a delicious side dish of rosemary-infused carrots.
Nice.
How did you infuse them?
Well, it's not really infused.
I'm picturing you with a syringe.
No, you throw a couple of sprigs of rosemary into the carrots as they are cooking in oil.
Okay.
Delicious.
And Tuesdays, Gracie's Tuesday night bluegrass jam with Pixie and the Partygrass Boys every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Like Gracie's on Facebook for updates.
Well, Boehner candidate number 1, this sort of thing is extremely rare. Well, one would hope so. Highway signs, gigantic freeway signs in Australia falling off of the supports and crushing cars. It happened once. It's extremely rare. If memory serves me, I don't recall it ever happening, as a matter of fact. Boehner candidate number 2, I tried running away, man. Guy in the Chicago area, 100 miles an hour. He's drunk. He rolls his car. He's so drunk. He tries to leave the scene on foot, but he said to the cops, they get there, I tried running away, man, but I couldn't do it. I was too drunk. And Boehner candidate number 3, the doorbell licker. This guy spent 3 hours licking a doorbell at a home in California.
Creepy weirdo. While kids were at home inside.
Asleep. Well, they didn't, fortunately, they were unaware of his presence. He also stole some Christmas lights and peed in the front yard. I assume we had a winner of whatever it was we were giving away there.
Gracie's gift card.
I guess we did. And the winner, clear cut, Boehner candidate number 3, doorbell licker.
All right, that's your winner of round 1's Boehner voting. It now has secured a spot at Boehner Fight. It is not Boehner of the Day yet. It will have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We'll do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates, and then you'll pick of those 3 which one's the worst, and we'll send that winner to Boehner Fight. It could be Boehner of the Day. That's decided at 9:20 between our 2 winners of each round.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696. This is where you call us about whatever. It's just that simple.
And it's you should know that this is something that we have been advised to never do on the radio.
Yep.
Other radio stations do this, and they pay people to call.
They have actors,
We
or it's
don't
a
do
service that they subscribe
Yeah.
to where they share a group of actors. And
No, we don't do that.
Or-
Because this could be this could be great, or this could be a terrible 5-minute thing we do right now.
Which it is most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Now,
And
while
then
we're
there
waiting,
there are other stations who they take phone calls, but they'll put them on an answering machine, and then they'll edit them and
yeah, we don't
make
do
sure
that.
We just talk
Live
anyway.
phone calls right now.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696 on any topic.
Now, Bill, I tweeted a picture earlier of your breakfast this morning.
Yeah, Nick, our promotions director, has a big one of those big giant jars of cheese balls on his desk, and it just says on it, "Please take some, have whatever." So I have cheese balls.
So you brought them all? Or?
No, I just have a bowl.
Oh,
It's a big bowl.
Mm.
And friend of the program has a good point. Cheese balls, bald, puffed cheese is okay, but meatballs not okay.
I have said many, many, many times, I have only contempt for meat that has been put into a ball form.
You'll have bald melon.
Yes, I don't have any. I don't mind eating other foods that are in ball form. It's just meat that comes in ball form.
So you're not. It's not the shape necessarily that you have.
No, it's stupid. Balling up meat to eat it is stupid.
It's convenient. What do you mean?
No, there's nothing convenient about it. You put it on a sandwich, it rolls off. You try to bite into the sandwich, you got a big old meatball.
This is Bill declaring war on the entire country of Italy.
If you have
Sweden.
If you
What
have
about
Sweden?
If you have spaghetti, you have this big meat ball on there with a sauce, and you have to cut it up. Why not just have it crumbled up? The meat crumbled up in the sauce.
Because that's a different thing.
That's a bolognese.
It's stupid.
That's not spaghetti and meatballs.
Your
That's...
wife's been making a lot of bolognese, hasn't
Oh
she?
yes, she's working on perfecting it. She's just
What does she do? A mix of pork and
3 different meats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cream.
Does the
cream
whole,
in it.
the wine in it, and lets it simmer for at least 6 hours.
Right at the end, a little cream.
With the fresh pasta?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to mess
All right,
around.
we got calls.
Not
Okay.
going to mess around. All right, let's go to Josh in Denver.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Josh.
Josh.
Good morning, my lord.
Good morning.
What can we do for you, Josh? What would you like to talk about?
I have two quick things. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to my brother, Big City SLC, who frequently texts.
Yes.
And my wife and I just moved to Denver a couple months ago, and one of the new coworkers she met actually got to work on the new Dark Crystal Netflix series.
Oh, yes. It's in production right now.
She got to design the costumes.
Wow, that's very nice.
That's pretty cool.
So we are now in deep with the puppet crowd.
And, of course, since you have been living in Denver for 2 months, you're now drug addicts, I'm sure, because that's what I was told by the legislature would happen if we legalized cannabis, is that everyone would become drug addicts.
Oh, yeah, we're very dependent on the Colorado help.
See? There you go.
Colorado help is our code for it.
Hello, yeah, what?
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you, Josh.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
It's a line open, 877-602-9696.
Let's go to Amber.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello, my lovelies.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good. What would you like to address?
I would like to address men who do not shave their necks when they grow a beard. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are you a grizzly bear?
Yeah.
It is nasty.
just
I
a little-
just saw this at Maverick.
Yep.
Shave your necks, men.
You got to clean that up.
Little tight, just a little tidying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
clean
couple-
that.
Exactly.
Just a little shape.
We have a couple of beards in the production studio and the producer's booth. Let's get a look at your necks.
Dylan's looks pretty clean.
Dylan, yeah.
Dylan's pretty clean.
Dylan's tidy.
Well, he's got
Tidy neck beard.
He's got the goatee.
And then the woman in there, how's hers?
You know, Richie's tight. There was another intern with a beard.
What's her name in there?
Good boy.
What's her name? Good, Dylan.
Dear.
Been working with
Dear
her all
is her
morning.
name.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Now,
Just clean your necks up, man.
now
It looks-
can
it looks
we
bad.
can we give lumberjacks a pass? Are they given a pass on this?
No.
Okay.
They're not growing a beard on their necks.
All right.
Clean your necks up.
Just checking. Even lumberjacks.
How's Peggy?
All
Does
right.
Peggy's beard is it clean?
Yep.
Neck?
All right.
Okay.
Very tidy. Thank you very much, Amber. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Okay, let's go to Julie. Julie.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Yes, Julie.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Hi. So I actually called back in November for my birthday, and I forgot to mention to you guys I've been listening since I was in maybe 6th or 7th grade, and I'm graduated now, and I still listen to you guys, and I just want to say how I relate to how angry Bill gets in the morning. So I get it.
I get it. Julie gets you, Bill.
And I don't know. My mom and I were talking the other day, and we were like, "They're so mean to Gina."
And you get that too?
Yeah, I feel you, Gina.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it just.
Well, this is good. You can stick with us through all of your stages of life. We will be here.
Pretty much that's what it's been. I've gone through high school and my awkward middle school phase with you guys, so it's great.
What are you doing with your life now, Julie?
I'm a preschool teacher, so I graduated and I'm working at preschool.
Nice.
So clearly you listened to the show. You didn't pay attention to the show.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
That's what I'm
sorry.
getting. Because I've told you many times, if you're thinking of becoming a teacher, that's great and all, but you'll never get rich.
Oh, maybe it's not important to Julie to be rich.
I hope so.
It's not going to be a permanent thing. I want to do medical forensic stuff later. So.
All right.
Okay.
Well, good for you, Julie,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I'm glad you're still there.
All right.
See ya.
Talk to you later, Julie. Thank you very much. All right, we will continue this feature that we invented.
Hello, yeah, what?
Coming up after a few messages, and 877-602-9696 if you'd like to participate.
You can participate in traffic, too, if you want. You can text us if you see anything, 33986. Crash northbound I-15 at 45th South in Murray. The left lane is blocked there. And heard from a few different friends of the program saying things are sketchy getting on Hill this morning, taking you a little extra time. Accident 215 northbound just before Foothill, currently in the middle lane. That also comes to us from a friend of the program. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much.
The people who live in our community that we need in our community the most, people like firefighters, teachers, police officers, and people like that, they can't afford to live here.
Yeah. They should be paid more, but they're not.
That's a problem.
Many of us can't afford to live in the communities we work in. Our population growth is among the highest in the nation. Research conducted by the University of Utah has shown that since 2011, the housing gap, as they call it, has been above 50,000 units, and it continues to grow. The next generation of Utahns will be priced out of an average home. They just, like your kids, Gina, my kid, won't even be able to buy a home.
Yeah.
If left unaddressed, in the next 40 years, more Utahns will need a home than there are homes available. So what can you do about it? Well, there are a lot of people talking about it. There are a lot of people trying to figure out how to do well-planned growth, help build communities that we love at prices we can afford. And if you want to be a part of that conversation and get in on it, here's what you need to do. Just write down this website and go there sometime today. UtahHousingGap.com. Join the conversation. UtahHousingGap.com.
Radio from hell on Utah's original alternative X96.
Introducing from Del Taco, the mixing, the matching, the value menu champion of the world, the Mix Cube.
Peanut Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
The only beer in there that people probably aren't familiar with is Youngling. Youngling.
Yeah.
I don't.
He said, "Our younglings, our youngling."
Yeah, what is that?
It's I think it's in. I want to say it's in. It might be. It might
sure
be in
where it's from.
Ohio or Pennsylvania.
I've seen
either,
it.
but it's Youngling.
Yeah.
Y-U-E-N.
It doesn't sound like a good beer.
Youngling. It was a regional beer anyway.
Yep. All right, we will continue this feature that we invented.
Hello, yeah, what?
Where we take your calls to talk about anything. Ray.
Hello, yeah,
Thanks
what?
for letting me listen.
You bet. Speak.
Morning. So, in 1994, I was lucky enough to win a trip from Radio from Hell to go to Dallas, Texas. And Carrie was my escort.
That was where we
My
went.
chaperone.
I remember.
We gave away Carrie as an escort?
Yeah,
we went and saw David Bowie and Nine Inch Nails together.
It was a great show. And we had a great
It was
time.
an amazing show.
Yeah.
We, as a matter of fact, we did, that was a lifetime ago.
That was.
I haven't been back to Dallas since. I went 2 weeks ago with my son.
Me neither.
And a wave of memories came back of the shenanigans that ensued in 1994.
There were shenanigans?
There were shenanigans.
Did you tell your son about it, Ray?
A little bit. He's 14, so a little bit.
Yeah.
But it did for me. It was very nostalgic because I'll tell you what. In that 24 years that have passed, I'm still very much. I mean, I was 18, and now I'm 42. I have traveled to many shows since then, but nothing has quite compared to that first time I took a trip out of state for a concert. It just happened to be with Carrie, also a good friend of mine named Chris, who I'm still friends with.
Yes.
It was just. You can't recreate something like that.
Well,
it was so special and organic. It was an amazing trip.
Now, Ray,
to this day, it was still one of the greatest weekends I've ever had.
Ray, I'm thinking Carrie is going to start saying here, cautioning you here, say, now
Yeah,
don't
I
say
know
things
Carrie's
on the
married.
radio that you.
He was single back then.
Yes, we got to be
I'll tell you
careful.
what, as an 18-year-old young man, it was an amazing experience. I've been listening to you guys since before then, ever since then, quietly on the sidelines.
Well,
but.
I mean, we did have a good time, but I'll say this, is that if it was just an average show, you probably wouldn't have remembered it much. How much can you, I mean, this is Nine Inch Nails and David Bowie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I vividly remember it. They performed together. I remember what songs they performed together. I remember we saw, as we're walking through the crowd, we saw David Bowie's wife, and she is just, I mean, I don't know how to describe her. She's like an unearthly creature. She is so gorgeous and graceful. There was a drone of zombies behind her just staring google-eyed at her. I was one of them. I mean, I remember vividly the show, the concert, both performances.
It's a good time.
I'm a concert goer still to this day. I just booked tickets to Chicago Open Air yesterday. I mean, I still travel to see concerts. And that one, when people ask me, what's one of your favorite shows, it's literally, without hesitation, it's that concert. And then just the experience itself on top of it with Carrie and Chris and what just the fun that I had.
That was fun.
The sweet innocence of 18. It was amazing. I'll never forget it.
It's
So
on my
a wave of memories came back.
It's on my top 10 shows list. It certainly is. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
I just found
Thank you.
a
Talk to you
video
later.
clip of that very show. I can share it
Go
on
ahead
Twitter
and share it on the Radio from Hell.
Maybe you can spot Carrie and Ray in the audience.
I'm looking.
Did you have good seats?
Yeah, we had pretty good seats. Mike is there. Hello, Mike.
yeah, what?
Hello, Mike.
So I need an etiquette ruling. Dropping off the kids at junior high, the drop-off flow has always been 2 lanes. This year, the paint on the road is faded, and the new parents form a single unending line to drop off their precious cargo at junior high. So what's the etiquette? Do I zoom up on the left like I always have and let all the parents think I'm the a-hole? Or do I wait in line for 3 times longer than I should?
So you say the paint has faded on the lines.
Exactly. So,
Time to stop by
parents
Ace
of
Hardware.
New children.
Stop by Ace Hardware on the way home, pick up some fluorescent paint, and make
concur.
new lines.
Just take matters into your own hands.
what
Go
you do.
there on the weekend when nobody's around and paint the lines yourself.
Yes.
I like it. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Let's go to Griffin.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm actually on the radio.
Yes, right now.
Be careful or we'll hang up on you immediately.
I'm getting ready to, Griffin.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just want to say that you should subscribe to PewDiePie.
No.
Why should we, Griffin?
Okay.
No,
I know who that is, and
Yeah.
I don't particularly care for him. Why do you like him?
He's an a-hole.
Because so there's another YouTube channel called T Series, and they're going to wipe out PewDiePie, and they use fake
Good.
subscriber bots.
He
and
should
we
go
need
away.
to make sure that fake subscribers don't take over.
Don't care.
Okay.
Because
Don't
that's
care.
bad.
Yeah.
Don't care, Griffin.
Thanks, Griffin. Good
Don't
luck to
care.
you.
Good luck with that. Let's go to DJ. Hi, DJ.
But you see, he got his message out.
I guess.
DJ.
And ladies of the radio, how are you doing today?
Good.
Hi.
I was calling because I just can't contain my excitement about the Salt Lake Stallions coming.
Their first game is pretty soon, isn't it?
When is that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I haven't got my tickets yet. I'm just a poor working guy.
For those
But,
who, for
growing
those,
up in the South.
go ahead.
Carrie, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll say, growing up in the South, like around football, I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. Nothing made me happier than to watch Alabama lose. But having a local football team here in Salt Lake, I'm so excited, and it gets me a little angry that I don't see more people rocking Stallion stuff and getting excited.
Well,
about
it's new.
It's new.
Go to saltlakestallions.com where you can find out more about it. Their first game is February 23rd at Riceicles Stadium.
That's the first home game. Their first game is on the road.
And, lots of former Utes and BYU players and Utah State players are on the team. So
We met their quarterback. He was here in our studio. Nice guy from Florida State, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
From Florida.
Yeah, listen to that segment.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is Atlanta's team, their quarterback, Aaron Murray, I used to babysit that kid a long time ago.
you used to babysit it?
Really?
Yeah. I used to babysit Aaron Murray, yep.
Wow.
Well, it's a tough thing to get a football league going. So I wish them nothing but the best of luck.
And I'm waiting for them to bring me a jersey. They said they
Oh, yeah,
would.
they were going to bring us
They
some
were gonna bring
jerseys.
us-
That's
They're
right.
good looking.
Yeah.
Good looking colors and logo.
Yeah. All right, DJ. Well, thanks for calling, and I'm glad you're excited about it. I hope more people are too.
The radio, y'all. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Let's see. I have an idea about the kids thing, dropping off the kids. Let your kids walk to school.
Well,
Unless you're
sometimes-
taking them to a different school like a charter, it's
Yeah.
far away. Your school probably within walking distance if they're not taking the bus.
Now, there was a guy yesterday, it was clearly like a grandpa, like picking up kids, and he didn't know the system. The system is you don't get out of your car. It's a constant. And he stopped and got out.
Oops.
And we're like, we all can't just wait here behind you.
I don't want to contribute to the air pollution like all of you are.
No, his car was running. He didn't park it.
Well,
he just.
Maybe we should all park our cars and turn them off and walk our kids in.
Yeah, there's no room to do that.
As you know, I watch TV sitcoms that I have no business being interested in, like American Housewife and shows like
Teachers.
that. Teachers, moms,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of those. And they've taught me very well that unless you know the system, you don't participate in the system.
Oh.
You pull up alongside the side of the school and go, you kids go run in and go to school.
The system is there for a reason.
You will only upset other parents if you get involved in the system.
I
if
was
you don't
upset
know
yesterday.
the system. Let's go to Candy, our last call. Really quick, Candy.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, I was wondering which mother on television resembles your own mother? Because mine is represented by Emily Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, really?
Really?
Now, you said resembles like how
terrible.
she acts or how she looks?
Oh, yeah.
How she acts.
Both.
How she acts? Okay.
So you got a hot mom. A hot, smart mom.
All right.
Sure.
Who wants to go first?
No, Emily Gilmore is the grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Lauren Graham.
No.
Okay.
I mean, just looks. Diane Keaton is like now she doesn't necessarily act like my mom, but.
Well, what TV mom acts like your mom?
I need to think about.
Mine
this.
would be the mom. I think she died recently, or last couple of years. But the mother on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh,
Doris?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolores Roberts.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think.
Mine's easy. My mom acted like Beverly Goldberg from the Goldbergs, and she looked like Wilma Flintstone.
Is she barefoot all the time?
Usually, yeah. You got that, Candy? Everything okay?
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's got Christine Baskets? Nobody said Christine Baskets?
Well, yeah.
Hello?
Maybe.
Yeah, what?
Maybe.
Okay, there we go.
Folks sending me traffic, thank you. I always text Gina traffic. Wreck 36 South, 5600 West, southbound right lane blocked. Thank you for that. Crash 3rd West, 4th North near West High. Southbound traffic is down to one lane. Somebody else saying 4-car wreck, 56 West, 39th South-ish, they say. Yeah, you can send me stuff if you see it, 33986.
Your mom kind of reminded me of Marion Ross, too, though.
Well, and yeah,
Happy
a little bit of
Days.
Marion Ross, but leave it an outside opinion. This is more accurate now that I think about it. My wife says both looks and acts like Peggy Hill from King of the Hill. That's really the more accurate.
Maybe, yeah.
Really is.
All right, we got Boehner's round 2 coming up. Here we go. Boehner candidate number 1. Men, we've got a different kind of porn for you. Boehner candidate number 2. I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. And Boehner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman all alone here. Hello.
All right. We got round 2 your boners, big boy news, all coming up. UtahAdvocates.com. It's the website where you can go to and you can talk to an attorney live in their instant chat feature there if you're really shy and get his opinion about whether you have a case or not. That's free. There's also a phone number there on the website. You can call them and talk to an attorney, again, for free, and ask them if you think that you have a case.
801-355-5550. You know, when you're injured in an accident, it makes you feel vulnerable, makes you feel lost. Sometimes you feel really alone. Well, and you need a fair resolution. But you may not know what a fair resolution is.
Yeah.
That's why you get an advocate. They know. They've read all the insurance policies. They know them. You don't. Let them handle
They'll
it.
give you expert legal advice at the Advocates with confidence and compassion. So if you've been injured, it's time to contact the experienced personal injury attorneys. We've met with these guys over the years. We know them. They're really good guys. The Advocates. 801-355-5550. Doesn't charge you anything. They don't charge you anything unless they get you a settlement. Or go online, UtahAdvocates.com.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room for the world. I mean, come on.
Okay, the shop sells, it's called how would you say that with all of those
Celebrities.
Celebrity.
celebrities?
Celebrity.
Yeah, I drug you guys over here. You were just going to walk on by Celebrities Gallery featuring artwork by John Lennon, Miles Davis, Ronnie Wood, Tony Bennett, David Bowie, Picasso, and others.
Picasso's best rock star of them all.
By the way, it's featuring, what does it say? Artwork. It's featuring overpriced prints of artwork by.
None of that's real?
Well, it's real in the sense that it's, well, for instance, there are a bunch of John Lennon things in there, which Yoko Ono took the originals and had copies made of the originals and then put print numbers on them and selling them.
Bitch.
My point exactly.
There was some
something for you in there.
Well, yeah, there was some artwork by David Bowie in there, and it was it looked like a
which Yoko Ono took and copied and put numbers.
But again, it's mass.
So it's not cool.
But it was David Bowie did a painting of Festus. I swear it was Festus.
Festus?
No.
Well, I mean, he was all white and pale and alone.
And alone. No, but so what if it's I mean, they only make so many of the prints, right? Or it's only cool if you can get the original.
It's hard to say.
There was a yeah.
I mean, it really is hard to say. You know, a lot of them say, it's number 475 out of a run of 1,000. but how many runs of 1,000 did they do? I mean, that's
they
what,
may have stopped and then did another run.
Yeah,
that's how they can say a run of 1,000.
I mean, it's okay stuff. I mean, it's. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but
I mean, there was a really cool colored pencil John Belushi
With
in
his
there.
shirt open and his gut hanging out.
Shirt open. Yeah, that was a great thing, but it was easily $450.
Probably, yeah. And there was one thing in there I really liked. They had Hawaiian shirts, silk Hawaiian shirts. They were about $70-$80 a shirt, but they were they're copies of shirts that celebrities have worn. Like there's one that shows a picture of Dustin Hoffman and John Lovitz standing together, and John Lovitz is wearing this Hawaiian shirt with pineapples on it, and you can buy that.
You can buy that
copy
shirt.
Of that shirt. Yeah.
I want to buy Dustin Hoffman's shirt. I don't want to buy John Lovett's shirt.
Either way, they'll both have little black curly hairs inside of them, okay? And then here's the question I had, is that there was a whole bunch of drawings of the Rolling Stones, and right in the middle there was this big one of Don Knotts, and I'm wondering why they decided to put Don Knotts in the middle.
That was not Don Knotts. That was Todd of Todd and Aaron. No, it was.
Jagger.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure look like Don Knotts.
Well, the older he gets, the closer they look.
I mean, 1960s Don Knotts, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, Uncle Todd, I always thought you looked like Mick Jagger, not Don Knotts.
That was the joke he was making.
Yeah,
Let's make
honest,
it perfectly clear.
Honest.
Eight 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 8:22. Time now for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you've got to decide of these 3 candidates for round 2, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. Pretty good candidate, won't lie. Then we'll throw the 2 winners, each round winner, into boner fight at 9:20. So that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So get comfy. It ain't over yet. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. And one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to the Utah International Auto Expo.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Men, we've got a different kind of porn for you. Well, 2-part box set. I'm gonna click this story over to another tab here just a second. I think part of it's left out. Yeah. Here we go. Every once in a while when I save a story to the, it clips it, and it'll clip part of it out.
Yeah.
So
I want the full story. Give it to me.
The American Family Association is advertising a 12-disc video series that hopes to convince Christian men to abandon pornography by showing them high-production cinema battlefield reenactment scenes chock full of metaphors conveyed by military guns, fighter jets, and an overarching battle plan for purity. The film series, produced 5 years ago by Kingdom Works Studios, advertises Marine fighter pilot and pastor Ted Roberts, Dr. Ted Roberts, recounting his experience in combat and delivering in a prophetic voice to men in a way that encourages them to, quote, walk in sexual integrity with a strong passion for their divine destiny by the grace of God and the power of the Holy Spirit. The series promises action-packed battle reenactments with mind-blowing interviews with brain experts and empowering testimonies by famous male Christian role models. The two-part box sets includes 5 DVD films about overcoming sexual temptation, and each box includes a bonus DVD with lessons that aim to teach men how to convince their other male friends to follow their path. The item description on the Kingdom Works web store promises that upon watching the first box set, viewers will discover strongholds that keep men in bondage.
Bondage?
It will put a weapon in your hand
A weapon?
that you can conquer and begin to help other men.
Sounds kind of pornographic.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Is this to cure porn addiction?
Listen, take that one thing out of your hand and put a missile in it.
How is watching war stuff gonna
You
make
sublimate
you not
those.
want?
You I think you're going to find men sitting there watching that, and man, we've got it's a different kind of porn. It's battle porn. Boehner candidate number 1. This isn't.
That just sounds like somebody trying to sell their war documentaries with a special kind of slogan.
It sounds like a parody.
Almost.
It sounds fake. Here's Boehner candidate number 2, sort of on the same subject. I don't think Mr. Abrams is interested in molding our minds. A substitute teacher in Ohio, Tracy Abram, I guess it's Abraham, 41 years old, arrested Tuesday at the Creekside Middle School after he was allegedly caught pleasuring himself in a classroom with students present. The class reportedly noticed, quote, suspicious behavior by the substitute teacher that was taking place behind his desk. The alleged what is Mr. Abraham doing? I mean, it's not funny, but it's sort of funny. The alleged behavior was reported to administrators, and the teacher was immediately removed from school property. Charges were filed against Mr. Abraham for public indecency. He was arraigned in court. School officials said in a statement that Mr. Abraham will not be returning to the district.
Well, at the very least.
Mr. Abraham's father claimed that the incident has to be a misunderstanding. He said his son, quote, has never had an issue like this in his entire life.
He enjoys war films.
I don't think that what the students saw is what was really happening, said his father. He was watching a battle video. Boehner candidate number 2, I don't think that Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman all alone here. Hello.
All right, Boehner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Come and make your mark in fondue history by trying the new cast iron grill cooking style, available today at the Melting Pot, locally owned and operated. Reservations at meltingpot.com/Salt Lake.
Margot Robbie will get all dolled up in her next big role. She's going to play Barbie.
I think she's a really good actress.
In an upcoming live-action movie centering on the popular line of dolls, the Barbie dolls.
This is a deal she's been...
She's wanting to do this?
No, it's not that she's wanting to do it. It's just they've been really wanting her to do it for a very long time. And it sounds like maybe they came up with just enough money.
Over the brand's almost 50 years, 60 years, I guess,
Yeah.
Barbie has empowered kids to imagine themselves in aspirational roles from a princess to a president, Robbie said in a statement. Math is hard. I'm so honored to take on this role and produce a film that I believe will have a tremendously positive impact on children and audiences worldwide. It's going to be a humanitarian project, apparently. I can't imagine better partners than Warner Brothers and Mattel to bring this film to the big screen. Amy Schumer and Anne Hathaway had been previously connected to play Barbie.
Yep.
Tuesday's announcement did not reveal a premiere date.
Ooh, just speaking of movies, I know we're starting to line up our interviews for Sundance.
Yes.
Couple of things.
Oh?
Alexandria, I can never remember, Cortez.
Ocasio.
She's going to be there.
Oh yeah? Are we going to?
I don't know. I'm putting it out to Richie.
Well,
There's a documentary that she's in, and also
If he listened to the show, it would have an effect.
It's a documentary about High School Musical.
And remember when we interviewed? This is one of the things I love about Sundance. We interview people and we don't know that they're going to be a big deal, and then it's a big deal. Remember when we interviewed the director of The Babadook?
Yes.
She has a new film at Sundance this year.
Do you know anything about it?
It's takes place in the 1800s. A girl that was imprisoned for something, and she escapes. And
They've been trying to get her to direct a couple of superhero movies. Marvel has approached her, and she has said no because she wants more control. You know.
But so those are my two requests so far.
Let's see. After medical marijuana, the Utah legislature is looking at some other things. We have a law about medical marijuana, but we don't really have accessibility. So patients are wondering, what do I do? What can I do?
Exactly.
Said Christine Stenquist, the founder of Together for Responsible Use and Cannabis Education. There are no dispensaries operating in Utah yet, and the state's health department, which has been tasked with distributing medical cannabis, is still working to set up infrastructure. Doctors have been slow to recommend medical cannabis despite being flooded with requests. I'm getting reports here and there that patients are like, I found cubed gummies in a dispensary in Nevada. I found blister packs over here in Colorado. That is not acceptable. That's not acceptable for patients to have to travel all over the place to meet ridiculous requirements set by this compromise, this replacement bill, said Stenquist. Her organization, Truce, hosting an event in Park City on Tuesday to talk about the impact of the new cannabis law. They're participating in a lawsuit against the governor and the Utah Department of Health over the new law, alleging it usurps the will of the voters. When it meets in a couple of weeks, the legislature may see a few bills making minor tweaks to it. However, some lawmakers say that they're expecting to address bills dealing with other initiatives passed by voters and possibly fix the initiative process itself. You know,
so this doesn't happen again.
Under Utah law, the legislature has the power to modify or replace ballot initiatives. So you can do your citizen initiative all you like, get all the signatures you like, and then the legislature can look at all that and go, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. In general, citizens said they want coverage for everyone when it comes to Medicaid.
Okay.
I think you'll see the legislature will agree with the citizens that want that, said House Speaker Brad Wilson. We'll make sure we have a framework that provides that, but we might have to put a few bumpers in place. Okay.
Bumpers.
Yeah, bumpers. Few bumpers.
Impediments. Roadblocks.
After fighting the placement to Prop 2 in the special session, Ms. Stenquist said she was encouraging voters to stay active and involved to preserve the other ballot initiatives. I think that the legislative body collectively has a hard time with the initiative process. I think they have a hard time with the voters having a voice in what happens to them.
I think she hit the nail right on the head there.
We elect them, and then we should just sit down and shut up.
But if you were in a perfect world, if you were an elected official, wouldn't you appreciate the initiative because it would tell you what your constituents want, and you would say, Thank you. I know this is important.
I remember
to you.
some years ago, I can't remember the politician we had in here, and they were complaining that people weren't getting involved enough.
This is the perfect example of people expressing how they feel about a certain.
How many years ago was it that I said the Utah State Legislature wants to be your dad? Sit down, be quiet. You have elected me. Now be quiet. I know what you want. You elected me to tell you what you want.
All of the hoops that needed to be jumped through to get this passed. Wouldn't you, as a legislator, look at that and go, this is clearly something that most of my constituents feel strongly
Aren't
about?
my constituents cute? Look, they carried around that eraser for all of those weeks. Should we give them a cell phone? Come on. That's not all of them, but most of them. They're a bunch of patriarchal.
Yes.
They know. Really, sister, please.
Exactly.
Really.
You are exactly right.
We know what you want. We know what you want.
You must all be Republicans. But I'm
it?
not interested in having Dr. Feelgood out there say, yeah, que pasa, here's your doobie for the day, and you'll feel better.
Even though that's exactly what is needed. But,
do we have more time?
That's fine. Sports, weather, traffic.
Jazz are home tonight. They play Orlando Magic at 7 p.m. Weather, it's a little warmer today, a little cloudy, highs in the low 40s. Traffic, we've got I-15 temporarily closed near Cove Fort, if that's part of your commute, Ed Brass. I don't know who else was driving by Cove Fort. Crash southbound Harrison Boulevard, 31st Street in Ogden. Let's see, we've got a couple new things coming in. Crash eastbound I-80 at the ramp to go southbound I-15 in Salt Lake. And friends of the program are letting us know about that accident in Ogden, 30th and Washington, left lane closed. Don't be a jackass, merge, they say. Vehicle stopped in the left lane northbound I-15 right before the 72nd Belt Route off-ramp. Looks like that's about it. Go to Hale, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating and Air for a $49 furnace tune-up, which includes a 19-point safety inspection. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better. ScottHale.com.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman all alone here. Hello. A pregnant woman from Florida said she waited patiently in an exam room, but her doctor forgot about her. And then the clinic closed, and they locked her inside. Footage of the ordeal shows Kendra Richardson wandering the hallways of the empty all-about women OBGYN clinic in Ocala, Florida, which she visited last week. She's due to give birth this month. I took the video because people are not going to believe me, she said. Now, she took the video of herself wandering through the closed clinic, and then she called for help on her phone.
She wasn't stuck there all night.
She said her appointment was at 3 p.m. She didn't see a doctor until hours later. He gave her a paper gown to change into and then never came back. Richardson eventually called the police to get out of the clinic. Authorities were able to access the facility through a suite in an adjacent office. Boehner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman, all alone here. Hello.
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Men, we've got a different kind of porn for you. A Christian kind of porn. One that'll take you away from that filth porn. We'll show you battle videos, and that'll cure you of that Pornhub stuff you're going to. That's Boehner candidate number 1. Boehner candidate number 2. I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. As a substitute teacher, busted for pleasuring himself in class with students present behind the desk. He was behind the desk. What's he doing? What's he doing? Somebody go get the principal. And Boehner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman all alone here. Hello.
All right, here we go. This is round 2 of your Boehner voting. Oh, coming up, we've got things that must go next. Stand by. We'll get to that as soon as we award round 2 of your Boehners. But you've got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst, which one should be the winner of round 2, and therefore go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the day. So, Bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number, that's all we need, in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696 or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner Voting January 9 and vote there. Things that must go right after we award Boehner Round 2. You've got less than 300 seconds. Let's go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96. family show, Radio from Hell, on Utah's original alternative X96.
All right, we got things that must go coming up just as soon as we award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting brought to you in part by Grilled Chicken.
And X96 is proud to start the fun, start the excitement for 2019. It's Utah's International Auto Expo at the Mountain America Exposition Center, the 18th through the 21st. See the hottest new trucks, SUVs, cars, test drive vehicles right at the expo. Go to autoexpoutah.com.
Boner candidate number 1. Men, we've got a different kind of porn for you. We can cure that sexual porn addiction. We'll show you these war movies. Essentially what it is. Battle scenes, fighter jets, missiles. They claim that it can cure your porn addiction. Okay. Boner candidate number 2. I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. A substitute teacher at a middle school doing something suspicious in the classroom behind his desk. Apparently self-pleasuring. Yes, behind his desk during class with students present. He's been removed. And boner candidate number 3. Hello, pregnant woman all alone here in the clinic. Hello. Forgotten pregnant woman getting locked inside the clinic after the staff just left for the night, locked everything up. Let's see. Nate won some tickets to the Auto Expo, and the winner, boner candidate number 2, I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds.
There you go. That is the winner of round 2's boner voting. It now has a chance to become boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We'll take both of our champions and throw them into boner fight. 9:20 is when you'll decide boner of the day, so just about a half hour from now. Things that must go, brought to you by?
Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity Rebate and Credit Program. That's $28,124 in down payment assistance for those who qualify for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are just bugging you so much you can't stand them anymore, and you think, well, maybe if I send it to Radio from Hell and they read it on the radio, maybe, just maybe, it'll make me feel better, and maybe even these things will leave my life. So please send your things that must go to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and also make sure if you don't want us to mention your name on the air, if you want to be anonymous, put that right at the beginning of your email to us, okay? All right, so I'll go first. This one doesn't, let's see, it says, best of mornings to you. Here's my one and only must go this week. And it's a doozy. Gird your girders. Get ready for it.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what that means.
All right.
People out there that wear steel-toed boots for work or any kind of rough and tough type of boots feel my pain. The agony of having your toenails too long for your boots must go.
You can cut them.
The sheer pressure and force of it digging into the little steel nub of my boot all day, unable to do anything about it until I get home. It's torture. My toenail feels like it's slowly being lifted off as I walk around on the asphalt and snowy banks of this tundra-like state. It must go. Please, make it go, please.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the pain, of course, not the toenail. Oh, gosh, let me keep the toenail.
Well, I'm sorry, but...
Thanks for allowing me to bring this horrible sensation to the attention of the must-go gods. May the rest of your week be spent with short toenails and comfortable footwear. Kind regards, Lady Raccoon. This one says, I recently just moved home to Utah from California. Upon hearing the news, most of my neighbors and ward members approached me, and many of them said, is this a good move or is this a bad move?
Did you have to move back here or did you want to move back?
What the hell is a bad move? Every move, in my opinion, is a bad move. If you get pleasure out of physically moving your house to a new state, you're just insane.
Yes.
It's never good. Also, the app TikTok needs to go. A physical representation of the worst that America has to offer. I don't want to see you in your furry costume dancing to a Betty Boop theme song. Thanks for letting me listen, Jacob.
How is TikTok different from the entire internet? I don't understand.
I don't know what that app is,
Yeah.
but now my curiosity is.
I don't want to know.
And then finally, this one, my things that must, it says, hello.
Hello.
My things that must go are Monique singing bad Wicked and Frozen karaoke songs. So bad that it forced other party guests to get sloppy, drunk, and argumentative.
Damn it, Monique!
Would you quit it? Sergio giving me a black Hugo Boss belt for Christmas.
Oh, come on, Sergio.
Ordinarily, I would say thank you, but he's a douchebag knowing full well that I am a Linkin Park fan.
Hold it.
He thought it would be funny because it's the same kind of belt that Chester Bennington
Oh, boo, really?
used to.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks for letting me listen, Tony. All right, Gina?
I have a leftover Christmas thing that must go.
Oh?
You know the song Noel? Noel, Noel.
I know the song. That's not it, though.
Noel.
Yes.
You know the line? They look it up and saw a star. Look it? They look it up?
That's in the song?
Yeah.
That's a lyric?
Yeah, they look it up.
You don't have to say it that way.
Yeah, you do.
I think you should you should fix it to they done.
No, that doesn't have the right.
It should be they done looked up.
Yeah, that would be better than
They
they look it up.
done looked up. There you go.
Hate that.
Nobody does the second verse of that song anyway. Come on.
I go to a lot of kid Christmas
What kind of carolers do you have?
Hi, lords and lady. Thanks for letting me listen. Feel free to use my name. All right, Bo. I work for a company that assists in the living of adults with mental and physical handicaps. Every day we go out and do different activities, so they have outlets and ways of having fun and creating new experiences. My thing that must go is those people that use other people's handicap stickers to get a better parking spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
We experienced a guy being questioned by a police officer saying, "Why do you have that sticker?" And the man responded, "Oh, that belongs to my brother who passed away a few months ago." If you don't need it, please don't use it. It makes our job so much more difficult. Sincerely, Bo.
All right.
This from Mackenzie. People being rude to customer service reps. We're here to help you. I can't control the pricing of items. Your package being delayed due to weather or not knowing you meant to order something else other than what's on your purchase order. I'm not your babysitter. Don't be rude. Thanks for letting me listen. Love the show. Also go to Brighton Dental because of you guys. Mackenzie. And this from Brooke. Adult temper tantrums must go. Just because you don't get what you want, when you want, or how you want, doesn't mean you get to have a fit. Pull up your big boy or big girl panties and deal with it.
I do too. I get to throw a tantrum.
Somebody send that to Orange 45 if you would, please. This first one, things that must go from myself and my wife. We don't like getting telemarketer calls.
No.
And when they come over, it's just a number, and you have to guess.
Yes.
Well, we've been getting spammed a lot because we've been waiting for phone calls from service people, you know, the garage door guy, my doctor, things like that.
So you kind of have to answer.
And so you have to answer them. So if there was a way that businesses, you know, like my doctor or the garage door guy, could put their name on there somehow. I don't know how this technology would work or how that would go.
That would be helpful.
But that would be helpful, and then I wouldn't be getting as many telemarketers because I answered telemarketers. We don't want that. This one from Jennifer. My must go is about the show on Tuesday, January 8th. During the news break in Boehner's in round one, Bill did a story about plague cats in Wyoming. And Carrie played the cat fight track for a few seconds.
Yeah.
That track and all cat fight tracks must go. I have two cats whom I love dearly, but being cats, they're jerks. They both go on instant attack mode whenever they hear a cat fight. Hackles up and tails fluff so full I could use them as Swiffer replacements, and the teeth bared, ready to rip into each other, whether or not it's on the radio in a movie or outside a back door where the damn bobtailed tabby likes to lurk.
So what is it she doesn't want to hear?
Sounds of cats fighting. They've attacked each other a few times, and twice I got caught up in the mayhem between the two extremely pissed off felines and walked away with physical and emotional scars. I have anxiety attacks now whenever I hear the catfight sound. And although I've managed to get control of my panic when I'm not around my own beautiful fur babies, I still go into full-blown panic mode when I'm at home. And all three of us hear that sound. Make it go away. Thank you, Jennifer. Then this one for Matt, the term fur baby. To refer to your pet must go.
Don't care for that either.
Matt, friend of the program since KJQ days of 2019. Also, people who walk two abreast with carts in the aisles of Costco.
Ooh.
I could do an entire people of Costco list, but this is my number one. Matt, I would like to see that list. Saying myself, thinking it's a more official way of saying me when you're in a conversation. Another thing that must go, thoughts and prayers. That basket of paper towels next to the restroom sink filled with the drippings of all the hand washings that came before.
Yeah.
People are so weird about this stuff.
Also must go the media referring to Donald Trump's lies as claims without evidence. People use the term ironic to mean coincidental. Elevator small talk must go. I have many more things to go. If you could get some of these to leave, I would consider 2019 a success, although 2016 has taught me to keep my expectations low. Thank you, Matt.
Things that must go on the radio.
All right, 8:56 KXRK Provo. We have our potty break dedication song coming up. Stand by for that. After these, Gina, please. Talk about your bra.
You want me to talk about my bra?
Mm-hmm.
Bra shopping is awkward. Like if you go to a brick and mortar store, you want to take a bunch of bras in the dressing room and try them on. No. Why don't you just get the right bra ahead of time and have it sent to your house? thirdlove.com is where you go to do that. Now, how do you get the perfect fitting bra? You take the Fit Finder quiz. Just takes a couple of minutes, and you think, well, I know, I'm a 36C. I know what I am.
Maybe not.
Maybe you're a 36 and a half C. Maybe you're a 36 and a C and a half. Yes, they have half cup sizes. Maybe your breast shape is different. They actually have a bunch of different, does your breast look like this or this or this? They have different bras depending on the shape of your breast. Where else do you get that?
So from the privacy of your office cubicle, you can go online.
Go to thirdlove.com/Gina. That's Gina. You'll get 15% off your first purchase. You might not see where the discount comes from. It's just applied automatically at checkout. You don't have to put in another promo code or anything. Go to thirdlove.com/Gina. That's Gina.
X96.
You're listening to All Things Considered Dull and Pretentious on NPR. I'm your host, the Lyman Pettigrew. You may refer to me as Lyman Pettigrew. Our next program is funded by a grant from the Lyman Pettigrew Foundation. Every Thursday, we like to take a look at children's book reviewer, Mongo. We call it Children's Book Review with Mongo. Today, Mongo will be reviewing the timeless classic Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd.
Mongo, Runaway Bunny.
Is that all, Mongo?
No, much more. Runaway Bunny bad. Make Mama Bunny chase after him. Bad Bunny. If Mongo run away from Mama, Mama bonk Mongo on the head. Bad Mongo. Bonk bonk. Mongo also hate Runaway Bunny because no color pictures on pages. Mongo like pretty pictures. Mongo hate words.
This has been Children's
Wait,
Book...
Mongo not finished. Bad character development in Runaway Bunny. Mongo not care when Bunny run away. What motivate Bunny? What compelling reason turn page? Plus, Mongo thinks something kinky going on with Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Bad book. Very bad.
Now this has been Children's Book Review with Mongo. Coming up next, we look at the explosion of goat cheese making in America's heartland, and later on we take a very, very quiet look at the exciting NBA playoffs on All Things Dull and Pretentious on NPR. But first, this news from parts of the world you've never heard of.
Break dedication.
Hello, Radio from Hell. This is Peterbilt Brian. I wanted to send a message for a song dedication and dedicate the Potty Break song to my darling sweetheart. We celebrated 19 years of marriage on Friday. She's the love of my life, the rock of my world. I would go crazy without her. Here's to you, Kiara. Love you, babe.
Damn.
What?
Because this one works.
What is it?
New York Dolls looking for a kiss. I could switch to personality crisis in a second,
Kiara,
though.
I'm looking for a kiss for you
it's
to
David-
celebrate 19 years of marriage.
David Johansen's birthday today.
All right, so here we go. Hate that it works.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
You can send your potty break dedications to Radio from Hell at x96.com.
How old is that song?
Way old.
What's the date on that?
I don't have it. 73. Let's see.
That was a good year.
I would have preferred personality crisis myself.
You picked
I like that one.
I should have picked this one because it would have been harder for you to fit the dedication.
Yeah, because that
into
was
it.
an anniversary dedication.
Anyway.
Because the way the dedication works is you don't get to pick the song, Carrie does.
No, I do.
New York Dolls, and of course if you ever get a chance to see the documentary New York Doll, the bass player Arthur
Killer Kane.
Arthur Killer Kane, yeah, he became a member of the Mormon Church.
Yes.
And his bishop made a documentary about him.
Corey's Community and Concert Calendar brought to you by the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art, presenting Shady Acres, examining the suburbs and their potential shape and who we are and how we choose to understand the world around us. Opening January 25th. Go to utahmocha.org.
Ooh, thank you, Gina.
Hi, Corey.
Hello, good morning.
It's Corey O'Brien. He's on here in just a couple of minutes on the radio, and but he's going to do the Corey's Concert and Community Calendar. And if you want to know what's going on, you listen.
You
Right
listen
now.
now. Right now.
Well, you could text the word events to 33986, and if you happen to miss it or if you want to refer to it later, you got it.
Yeah,
right.
the future's nice that way.
Mm-hmm.
So this week doesn't really start till Friday. It's obviously the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Not a lot going on, but there's some gems. Roy Wood Jr. will be at Wise Guys. You know him from The Daily Show. Very funny. Very, very funny guy. Big Head Todd and the Monsters will be at the Depot.
Wow.
Really?
They're still around, really?
It's a 21 and over show, but it could probably be a 35 and over show.
I was going to say, that's not an issue with the Big Head Todd.
I think that's
They need
kinda-
Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Ogden. This is a good thing to go do in Ogden,
Okay.
especially if you're new to Salt Lake. Maybe you just moved here and you're like, I want to know what's going on in Salt Lake music. Sam Slam 2019. This is Sam Smith from the Sam Smith Band and
Okay.
Pigeon. He's been in the Salt Lake music scene for a long time, and every year he throws a big birthday party. He also owns the Yes Hell up in Ogden. His bar, very cool bar up there. So he throws this big bash. He invites a ton of Utah musicians, very talented people. Talia Keys, Michelle Moonshine, Tony Holiday. Just a whole big, awesome bash. And you can really get a Utah music education by checking this thing
I was
out.
going to say, yeah.
So yeah, even if maybe I've lived here for a while, I don't really know what's what as far as music goes here. This is where to start.
You could take the train up.
You can.
Because where's the bar? It's on 25th Street, right?
Yeah, it's right over by where they do Twilight up there.
Yeah.
What's the bar called?
The Yes Hell.
That would
Yeah,
be
it's new. It's been
that
up
would
for
be
about a
very-
year or so. Very
be
cool
a very
bar.
cool thing to do.
Classy bar. It'll kind of have a blues vibe, a little bit of that. But yeah, very cool thing to go check out. So if you can on Friday, make it up to Ogden or just stay in Ogden if you're up there.
Yeah.
Saturday, the 13th anniversary of Velour in Provo. Been around for 13 years. That'll actually start Friday. They're doing 2 nights. But, make it down to Provo. You can do a whole Wasatch Front tour of music this week. That's the nice thing. And to wrap it up, Sunday, you've got the Urban Flea Market going on at the Gateway. So, you can't think of another reason to get out in these gray skies. Go do a little antiquing.
There's a lot of stuff there. I've been to that.
There is.
Maybe doing some redecorating.
They do well. Is that it?
That's it for this week. It's,
Okay.
slow run, but we'll get there eventually.
All right. Well, thank you. Text the word events to 33986, and then Corey will be on the radio here coming up in about
after
45
10.
minutes.
Right around then.
I haven't heard this in a million.
YouTube. Big Head Todd and the
Yes.
Monsters on the queue.
Yeah.
99.
If you played a Toad the Wet Sprocket song, I wouldn't know the difference.
It's true.
I wouldn't know.
It's true.
This was hippie music of the 90s.
It's like almost yacht rock.
Did we have lower standards then? I'm just wondering.
I don't know. Fish is going to be a headliner at.
I like
Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo.
We're doing 3 sets. 3 sets of Bonnaroo.
Yes.
What?
I liked Big Head Todd
Big Head Todd and the Monsters?
in the day.
I'm just waiting for the chorus. I'm waiting for the hook.
That's the hook?
Because I used to be a DJ on this station and
That's
played
the
that
hook?
song a lot.
Yeah, I play woodblock for Big Head Todd and the Monsters. That's
that
a
get
way
you
in.
a lot of women?
That's a way in. All right. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
Play your theme music and let you go. All right. We got Boehner fight coming up. Stand by for that. Big boy news, opinioendo, all on the way. But first, we need to tell you about UCare. How is the air today?
It's not going to be too bad in the next couple of days, but
the bad always comes back.
Yeah.
We shouldn't get complacent when the air is good.
But there are things you can do about the air to make sure that when things start building up again, it's not as bad as it could be. Don't idle your car. Don't carpool. I mean, do carpool. Don't idle your car. Carpool.
Don't let it idle more than 30 seconds. Turn it off.
And sometimes that's hard. I went to the car wash the other day, the Mr. Hotshine, where you have to wait in line sometimes. And you feel silly, but do it anyway. I shut my car off, and sometimes it's shut off for like 35 seconds or 40 seconds, and then I have to turn it back on and move up in the line, but then I shut it off again.
Plan your trips.
Yeah. And bike or walk if you can. Take public transit. Well, we mentioned taking the train up to Ogden to see those bands. So anyway, there are all kinds of things you can do. If you want to find out more, visit UCare, ucare.org. Now that's UCAIR.org. ucare.org. There are all kinds of things you can do there, and it's a very interesting website, ucare.org.
Oh, gross. It is gunky out there.
You're listening to All Things Considered Dull and Pretentious on NPR. I'm your host, the Lyman Pettigrew. You may refer to me as Lyman Pettigrew. Our next program is funded by a grant from the Lyman Pettigrew Foundation. Every Thursday, we like to take a look at children's our children's book reviewer, Mongo. We call it Children's Book Review with Mongo. Today, Mongo will be reviewing the timeless classic Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd.
Mongo, Runaway Bunny.
Is that all, Mongo?
No, much more. Runaway Bunny bad. Make Mama Bunny chase after him. Bad Bunny. If Mongo run away from Mama, Mama bonk Mongo on the head. Bad Mongo. Bonk bonk. Mongo also hate Runaway Bunny because no color pictures on pages. Mongo like pretty pictures. Mongo hate words.
This has been Children's
Wait,
Book...
Mongo not finished. Bad character development in Runaway Bunny. Mongo not care when Bunny run away. What motivate Bunny? What compelling reason to turn page? Plus, Mongo thinks something kinky going on with Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Bad book. Very bad.
Now this has been Children's Book Review with Mongo. Coming up next, we look at the explosion of goat cheese making in America's heartland, and later on we take a very, very quiet look at the exciting NBA playoffs on All Things Dull and Pretentious on NPR. But first, this news from parts of the world you've never heard of.
9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 9:20 right now. Coming up in about 6 minutes. Boner fight. You will decide Boner of the day. So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
Lisa 2018 Honda Civic LX CVT from Stockton 12 Honda for just $5 a day. Honda Civics for just $5 a day only at Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall.
Sorry, I got distracted by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Huh?
What's she doing now?
Well, she gave a thumbs up to somebody who made a really nasty comment on Twitter.
About what?
About BDSM.
Is she likes BDSM?
She would indicate that by liking the person's comment. It says here, "That's saucy, Gwyneth Paltrow." The actress and Goop founder reacted to a comment posted to an Instagram meme account in which a woman says that a new person in her life tied her up and then did something to her with the thumb.
What?
Yeah, and then said life is about growth. And Gwyneth Paltrow liked that.
She liked that.
Yeah, she put a like by it.
Okay.
And so everybody's gone
and
nuts.
people are freaking out.
People are making assumptions
about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I wanted to die after my ex left me, but then I found somebody that tied me up. And
oh, all right.
And life is about growth, the tweet said.
Okay.
And Gwyneth didn't comment, but went like, was on Instagram. Like, well, everybody's just in.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's important to note.
I don't think it is.
That Selma Hayek, at the age of 52, sizzles in sexy swimsuit.
Selma Hayek is beautiful.
Absolutely important to note that. There she is at x96.com/live.
She's sizzling.
Sizzling in a sexy swimsuit. So.
Good for her.
In other news, Gwyneth Paltrow has given the thumbs up.
Again?
Oh, that's
to Salma Hayek in her swimsuit.
Mario Batali.
That's Gwyneth Paltrow's friend.
She's given the thumbs up.
They do cooking books together.
Not much anymore, I think. Scandal-scarred celebrity Mario Batali will not be charged for alleged sex attacks on two women. Last March, a woman filed a police report accusing Mr. Batali of rape on January 29th, 2004 at one of his West Village restaurants. The NYPD was also investigating allegations that he sexually assaulted her or assaulted another woman at the Spotted Pig, an eatery known for its celebrity investors. Law enforcement sources told the Post that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office helped the NYPD with its probe of one of the cases, and they jointly determined there was not enough evidence to bring charges. Batali has admitted to behaving poorly, and he stepped down from daily operations from many of his ventures. Cardi B, Fish, and Post Malone will headline or lead the Bonnaroo 2019 lineup. Also, Solange, Childish Gambino will be there as well. The Avett Brothers, Lumineers. I don't know. You ever? Yeah, well, I guess I have been to a couple of those big. I haven't been to a multi-day festival, but I've been to the all-day outdoor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm up for those anymore. Especially if it's Post Malone and Cardi B.
What's wrong with that?
And Fish.
You're not up for Post Malone?
No. I've done a little investigating of Post Malone, and nah.
I'm more pre-Malone, frankly.
I'm postmodern.
Before he sold out? Is that what you're saying, Gary?
I'm postmodern Malone. I'm not,
I'm concurrent Malone.
Bam Margera says he's 39 and the party's over.
That's about time.
The party's over. It's over. Vice President Mike Pence said President Trump got the impression that his predecessors wanted to build a wall after Trump had said previous presidents had told him that they should have erected a border wall.
Those are two different things, Mike.
Mike Pence said he he had the impression. that they
No,
wanted.
he said I talked to them.
I
and
know.
They told
I
me.
know he said that. I know he said that, and what he meant was
No, don't.
that he got the impression that they wanted one. He
Stop
could,
making
he can tell-
excuses for his lies.
He can tell by looking at people a lot of times what they probably did want or not want, and I think that's where that came from. Let's see. Weber County Corrections Lieutenant was applauded by fire officials Tuesday for quickly stepping into action and potentially saving a family from a serious house fire. Weber County Sheriff's Correction Lieutenant Joshua Maragoni was driving down in Weber County, unincorporated area, noticed smoke coming from a home's attic. He investigated the smoke, found out that the home was actually on fire. Occupants of the residence were not aware that the house was on fire. The homeowner was contacted by Mr. Maragoni and said, "Hey, there's a fire," and found out a female was inside the home in bed, unaware of the situation. Mr. Maragoni was able to evacuate the home's residents and animals that were inside. Fire crews arrived and found out the attic was on fire. The fire was quickly growing. If it were not for the quick actions of Lieutenant Maragoni, the occupants of the home could have been seriously injured or even died, the release said. This is a bizarre story. No, I'm going to skip that one. I'm not going to do it. Finally, this. A popular DJ, and this is not the kind of like what we do. It's
like
a DJ who spins records.
Yeah. Jockey's discs.
Pleaded guilty Tuesday to raping and strangling a school teacher in 1992 after being identified as a suspect as a result of DNA that a relative had submitted to a genealogy database.
This is happening more and more. You're going to get found out by your long-lost relatives.
Raymond Rao apologized in court. "I'm sorry. That I killed 25-year-old elementary school teacher Christy Mirek at her apartment in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He was sentenced to life without parole. I'm sorry, sir," to the family, the 50-year-old Rao, who performed under the name DJ Freeze, said as he faced her relatives. "I can't imagine what you're going through." The case had stymied investigators until working with DNA from the crime scene used a publicly available genealogical database to identify a half-sister of the then unknown suspect, leading them to Mr. Rao, who had lived just miles from where the killing occurred. Undercover detectives obtained DNA from Rao by collecting his used water bottle and chewing gum at a school where he was DJing last year.
Wow.
It matched DNA recovered from the carpet in the victim's home. They must have had some suspicion about him.
Yep.
All these years anyway.
That's what it sounds like to me,
He
yeah.
must have been a suspect of some
Mhm.
sort, but this rat got him.
It's Boehner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
Here we go. This is the winner from round one in the 7 o'clock hour, which was Doorbell Liquor. A prowler. Just think of all the times you ring somebody's
I
doorbell,
know.
Gina.
Don't you think I already thought that?
Someone might have been licking that doorbell. That's why you should always wear. I went to Harmon's yesterday to buy some groceries, and the checker was wearing latex gloves.
Mhm.
I thought that Gina should just always wear latex gloves. It made it more difficult for her to do her job, which I was a little bit miffed at. But anyway, the Doorbell Liquor in Salinas, California, 3 hours he spent licking this camera doorbell and staring a lot of the time into the camera. He knew it was there, staring into it. He also relieved himself on the front lawn and stole some Christmas lights. Going against the winner from round two, I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. Why don't you go at this one, too?
Yeah, no, this is icky.
Mr. Abraham, a substitute teacher, apparently pleasuring himself behind his desk in the classroom while the kids were there. What's Mr. Abraham doing up there? Anyway, he's no longer with the school.
I would hope. All right, there you go. Those are your two candidates for Boner of the Day, January 19, 2019. You've got to decide. of these two candidates. Which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day? One or two? Put the number of the candidate that you think should win in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696 or go online to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight January 9, 2019 and vote there. If that box is not there, refresh. It should appear. All right. You've got only 4 minutes to do it. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Start your
Boner of the day.
And it's brought. Oh no, Ran
We
Life,
got to
right?
talk about Ran Life real quick here. RanLife.com.
We'll do that, and then we'll award the boner. Ran
Yes.
Life, of course, offering a free appraisal to you of your home, up to $400 value. Anybody looking to do a refi and pull some money out of their home. Now, that money can be used to remodel or pay off high-interest debt or pay for Christmas, well, next year.
Well, no, some people are still paying off Christmas.
Well, that's
true.
Thanks for editing that copy.
Or vacation.
Vacation money. Appraised values are up. Recently, Ran Life helped a client save over $700 a month just by paying off a high interest credit card, because you can't use that credit card interest as a tax deduction.
But a mortgage one you can.
Yeah, you used to be able to deduct. I think, as I recall, you used to be able to deduct your credit card interest, but no more. So Ran Life knows all the ins and outs of that. So call a Ran Life specialist. Ask to speak to a debt consolidation specialist at Ran Life. If it looks like a good fit, they'll pay up to $400 to have your house appraised, and you'll be on your way. So call 801-478-4500. That's 801-478-4500, or go to ranlife.com. And now, we will
award Boner of the day.
Brought to you in part by
some roast chicken and some carrots, some delicious carrots.
And Larry H. Miller. Used cars have over 1,000 used vehicles in inventory. 6 locations: Orem, Sandy, Murray, and Ogden. 90th South, plus trucks imports located in Sandy, or lhmusedcars.com.
Number 1 was doorbell licker. That weird guy who spent 3 hours licking a door. Did you see this? Licking a doorbell on camera.
No, it's gross.
The doorbell
Don't show
camera.
it again. Ugh.
3 hours, and then, not only did he steal some Christmas lights, he took a leak in the front yard, and that went up against number 2. I don't think Mr. Abraham is interested in molding our minds. A substitute teacher in a classroom in Ohio. He was doing something funny behind the desk there in the classroom with the students present. I think is he doing?
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He was pleasuring himself in the classroom. He has been removed from the class.
It should be more than that.
Jake won a Boner t-shirt, and Boner candidate number 2, Mr. Abraham, has won Boner of the Day.
It surprises me, but there you go. You decided Boner of the Day for January 19. Excuse me. Still writing 2018 on my radio shows. There you go. That's Boner of the Day. It's qualified for Boner of the Week. Hey, Mary Nichols is here.
Hi, guys.
She's at Channel 2, and then she says, well, I've got to go do something else. I'll go find a doctor and bring a doctor to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
And,
not really.
So who did you find to talk to us?
This is Dr. Brooke Hansen. She's at the Women's Clinic with Intermountain Healthcare.
Hello.
To talk about women's health. It's the beginning of the year, and we all need to get our screenings. And
I know.
she's a perfect reminder.
Well, let's back off, Carrie.
I watch Mary walk through the door, and my first thought is, I'm due for my mammogram.
I'm good.
No, and thank you for that. That's
That's
my
odd
first.
because that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Gina's due for
Due
her
for my
mammogram. But listen, go ahead. Gina, run. This is women's health. I don't know about it.
So, mammogram is just one of the things. How often should you get a mammogram?
So right now there are a few different recommendations, but in general you should be considering your mammogram starting at age 40 and every 1 to 2 years.
I've had to consider that for for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say you don't need one yet.
So when you turn 40, Gina.
Yeah, come call us.
But cervical cancer screening's at 21.
Yes.
Really?
So you have to
Pap
start getting
smears
your
for-
annual exam and have a doctor that you get to go see every year.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
starting at
that makes
21.
sense. 21.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What are other things that we should have screened? It looks like standard stuff. Blood pressure. Get a diabetes screening.
So men don't have to do any of this.
Cholesterol.
Right? This is all just for women, right?
Yeah, right.
Cholesterol, breast cancer screening.
Well, a lot of people don't go to the doctor until there's something wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And you need to schedule. What do you suggest? Like a yearly?
Yes, we
checkup for all
recommend a
these
yearly
things?
checkup. these things that we're talking about, the screens are made to catch it early before anybody has any symptoms or, hopefully can feel a mass, for example. And blood pressure is one of those that we would want to know every year.
That's something you might not know just walking around.
Or diabetes.
Diabetes.
My doctor says he wants to see me every 6,000 miles.
Oh, and we joke, but we take better care of our cars.
Mm-hmm.
When the check engine light comes on, you take your car in and find out what's up. But there's no check engine light, and you take it in for the oil change when it needs to, but you don't take your body in for the screenings that they need.
I wish that the people who take my blood pressure, the professionals that do that, I wish that they would be a little bit more clear, because they'll take the blood pressure and then they'll go, this number over this number, and nothing.
But you don't know whether that's good or not.
They just assume that I know that this is good or this is bad or
Well, but get a baseline. I mean, and then you know what's
Let's
okay.
clear that up.
I count to 5, and if they don't say anything, I go, and that means oh yeah, that's all
That's
right.
okay.
So what does it mean?
Yeah.
So a healthy blood pressure would be 120 over 80 or under.
Okay.
And they've made stricter guidelines just recently that actually qualify people for the official diagnosis of hypertension.
Really?
But this is a good guideline baseline to start from if you aren't being told much. Always ask.
Yeah.
I had my annual checkup with a new doctor just last week. And I just found out yesterday the lab results came back in. They did everything, cholesterol, diabetes, all that stuff. And they said your blood pressure was a little high. So do us a favor, buy one of the little cuffs you can take at home.
They're
and
cheap,
take your
too.
blood pressure every day
And I guess-
keep track and then come back in 2 months and we'll see if there's a problem.
And I've been told by a couple of doctors that those ones in the grocery store are actually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So-
The ones you sit down at the they work fine. Last time I had my blood pressure taken in the doctor's office, he gasped.
Oh, well, that's not good.
You're alive?
Yeah. Oh my! We'll take it again in a minute. He said.
Yeah.
Breathe.
And then it was pretty much okay.
But there are a lot of things that you don't know that you have. Diabetes, in fact, I think it's a third of people with diabetes have no idea because there aren't really any big symptoms. But if you get the blood test done, I got my DTaP, is that right? Shot?
Yeah, Tdap. Yep.
Tdap. And
tetanus.
Got tetanus and all that stuff taken care of. And it just
I had my distemper shot the other
Oh,
day.
good. You're not foaming anymore.
Now the Utah,
but it's just peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know?
the Utah Cancer Control Program.
Yeah,
Utah,
they're the ones who help pay for some of the screenings.
they pay for some of these.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They offer breast, cervical, cardiovascular screening, and health coaching.
Are there income restrictions
Yes.
guidelines on that?
Yep.
Where can you find out about all of this if you need more information, Mary Nichols from Channel 2?
There is an 800 number to call.
It's 1-800-717-1811 to see if you qualify.
Yeah. And it's women 40 to 64, mid to low income. So if you think I don't have insurance or I can't afford to pay for anything, Utah Cancer Control Program
that's good to know.
And,
has help. if you qualify.
Intermountain Healthcare would also probably have a lot of information on their websites, which would be.
You can start by just going to intermountain.org. Or .net. Honestly, there are so many resources out there, from the CDC to the Utah Health Department. I think that are underutilized. They're there for people.
Okay,
there we go.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
In another few months, you'll go snag another doctor and come by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the disease of the day.
Okay.
Screening of the week.
Parade of doctors.
All right. Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to tell you about Zero Res first. ZeroRes.com is the website you can go to. All the information.
Yeah, the best way to clean your carpets is Zero Res because they don't use icky chemicals, icky shampoos, soaps. So it's essentially water.
It's empowered water.
But it's really good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stay in your carpet. That's the point.
Don't try to understand it. Just appreciate it.
Well, I mean, they can explain how it works, and when they explain it, it makes sense. It's just I'm terrible at explaining how it works.
And when I have them come to my house, I have them do my upholstery, my countertops, my tile, all of it.
And that's why you can have Zero Res clean every couple of months because it does nothing sticks around in your carpet to make it and it preserves your carpets longer. So right now, Zero Res Carpet Cleaning celebrating their anniversary by throwing back prices to the original. It's the retro special. 3 rooms clean for just $89.95. Minimums and restrictions apply. Call Zero Res at 801-2880. That's 288-9376. Or you can visit their website, zerores.com. But make sure you tell them Radio from Hell sent you.
Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi.
Tonight on Channel 8, join us for Mysteries of Science. Our scientific staff explore unanswered questions that have boggled the minds of the scientific community for years. Hello. We're the new Mysteries of Science hosts, radio's Carrie and Bill. Help us explore the scientific worlds of the unknown. Tonight, we answer the age-old question. How long can a grasshopper live when its head is placed under the focused beam of a high-power magnifying glass?
Use the tweezers to hold him still.
Ow, ow, you're burning my finger. Focus the beam on his head. The sun, life giver.
Ah, there he goes.
And life taker. Also tonight on Mysteries of Science, we see just how much damage a firecracker will do to, again, a grasshopper, when it's taped to the insect's body.
Will you hold the damn thing still while I light the fuse?
Ow, my fingers!
Don't miss Mysteries of Science. It's TV worth giving a look-see to. Tonight, right after The Brown Nun on Channel 8.
Radio from Hell with Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, 6:51 right now.
Just looking at the... I just happened to see this Huffington Post thing about movies that are coming out.
In this year?
This winter, yeah.
Oh, this winter. Okay.
And this horror movie that Jordan Peele has directed to follow up to Get Out, another horror movie called Us.
I haven't seen. I don't know anything about it.
Well,
About Us?
Yeah, it's hard to describe. Just based on what I saw.
Family encounters.
They go to the beach.
They're doppelgangers.
Yeah, they go to the beach on vacation. And
Okay.
But their doppelgangers are evil killers and
So
weird.
it's like Bizarro Me.
Yeah.
Kinda, and
Yeah.
it just looked hideously frightening.
It really does.
Lupita Nyong'o is the wife, and he's I guess he's the dad. He's in it. Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
I thought he just directed and wrote it.
No, that's not him. I'm watching the trailer right now.
Who was it?
I don't know who it is, but it's not.
For some reason, I thought it was him. But anyway, just looked very frightening, and I thought, what? I can't do that to myself.
Why would I do that to myself?
It just
Winston Duke.
Winston Duke, who played M'Baku in Black Panther, I believe.
There are all kinds of horror movies coming out. As a matter of fact,
I'm
Cemetery.
I'm halfway through Bird Box.
Oh, you couldn't get all the way through it.
I didn't have time.
It was good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't the opening great? I mean,
Yeah.
the chaos scenes, they're just incredibly well done.
And it made me go, oh, Sandra Bullock, where you been? I haven't seen you in a movie in a while.
There have been a lot of horror movies being made, but have you noticed that they're not overly special effects heavy?
They're more jumpy.
They're more jump scare, a lot of jump scare.
Psychological.
But as I think it was Tony Todd they were interviewing, because they're talking about rebooting Candyman. And Tony Todd says, well, I'd love to be in it. I wanted to say, well, Mr. Todd, you've been in Hollywood long enough to know that's not how this works.
Yeah.
If they want you to be in it, then they'll call you. It's not the I will do it and then it happens.
I guess I'll take that call.
But he made an excellent point. He said it's just so much cheaper to make movies about scary dolls that don't move than it is to make these larger pieces. When he was talking about Final Destination, the Final Destination movies, and he was in a couple of those
with big car crashes.
And he says, yeah, those big set pieces are expensive to stage and everything. It's just cheaper to make one about a scary doll, a haunted doll, or something like that.
What was the other one that I liked? You guys, I don't think you guys saw it. The one that was filmed here.
Hereditary, yeah, which I still haven't seen yet.
Good, not many special effects, and but scary, atmospheric. It doesn't have to be just jump scares. It can be atmospheric. It can be psychological.
And here's the thing about Jordan Peele that you should be excited about, because you saw Get Out and it was a great movie, and this Us looks terrific too. I mean, just based on the trailer, I think we're pretty safe to assume it's going to be good and scary.
And it also has some kind of point to make.
Yes, that's another thing that he likes to do, and that's a reason that he is the most qualified to pick up Rod Serling's mantle and take over the Twilight Zone TV
That's
series.
That's an interesting choice
for that CBS app.
Would he want to?
He's doing it.
Oh, he is doing it.
They're well into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've already shot a few episodes.
He'd be great.
And he's even going to MC.
He'd probably be better than Rod Serling.
He probably will be.
Rod Serling, we remember those fondly. If you go back and look at them, they're really heavy-handed a lot of times.
They
make their point with a hammer. It's like.
Well, that's what happens when you stretch it to an hour. When it was a half hour, they were able to do it reasonably subtly. But you stretched it to an hour, and it got.
Yeah, they were best when they were a half hour.
So I'm excited about Jordan Peele doing the Twilight Zone. But of course, every holiday, Christmas, New Year's holiday, we watch the Twilight Zone marathon on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I haven't watched this for a long time.
Watch it every time.
Do you have a favorite 1 or 2 or 3 Twilight Zone episodes?
To Serve Man.
Yeah.
Is a favorite. Sue's is the Monsters on Maple Street one. She loves that one.
See, now the Monsters on Maple Street is the cookbook one.
No, that's To Serve Man.
That's To Serve Man. The Monsters on Maple Street is when they all start fighting
They all start fighting each other over paranoia.
That's right.
And then at the end, the aliens, in very Trumpian fashion, or very Russian fashion, say, see, we don't have to attack them necessarily with weapons. All we have to do is just feed them a little story, feed them a little fear, and they'll kill each other.
Oh,
and
that's the Russians.
That's the Russians. There you go. I was watching that going, there it is. And how old is this episode? They've got us.
And then which Shatner one do you like best?
That's tough. Terror at whatever
50,000.
50,000 feet is great.
Or 40. I don't know.
But I have I can't remember the name of the episode where they're stuck in that town and he keeps asking the fortune-telling machine what he should do. I have a replica of that fortune-telling machine.
Yeah.
It's an exact replica of it. And you put a penny in it and the cards come out.
I don't remember the name of that episode either.
I don't remember the name of it.
That's-
Shatner, Twilight Zone.
Oh, all right.
Devil Head.
I think that's my favorite of the two.
That's
Shatners.
a pretty damn
Nick
good
of
one.
Time?
Is it Nick of Time?
Nick of Time. Yeah, Nick. Old Nick. The
Yeah.
the devil. Yeah, that would be my favorite episode.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the promo and get out of here, shall we?
I do love it. It's a cookbook.
It's a cookbook.
Thursday's Radio from Hell show is going to be one for the record books.
Who keeps the record books for the Radio from Hell show?
The historian.
Oh, of course.
Listen to Sean Means review the movies opening this week at 8 a.m., including On the Basis of Sex, the new Ruth Bader Ginsburg movie.
That's Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
I don't think I want to see a movie where Ruth Bader Ginsburg's having sex.
She doesn't.
She doesn't have sex?
No.
She has children.
Well, I don't think they show it. It's not
Oh,
that.
they don't show her having sex?
No.
Oh.
It's sex.
It's about the
gender
equal
equality.
rights amendments. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see the documentary?
No. No, I don't care for her.
Bill threatened to put her on his Deadpool. I'm like, don't you dare. I will not let that happen.
No, I don't like her. She's too liberal.
All right, live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Chase, get your abs to Mars.
Corey is next.
X96. 1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now.